Well, it's 7 o'clock. And yes, Ninjinzu was first again. I mean, there you go. He's first again. I don't know what to I don't know what to say other than congratulations, Ninjinzu, for being first yet again. I mean, yeah. I still don't know what y'all are talking about. I mean, I can't look. If we learned anything last week, it's that you can't pull up anything YouTube because I'm just gonna get claimed. So I can't look at that. But how's it going? It's Order 42. I'm Rob. Here's the show. And we're just gonna be talking about all the things tonight. Because CinemaCon was I don't know if anybody paid attention to it, but I'll say this. To try to get a list of the things that were talked about, almost impossible. Like some people said, oh, well, here's this movie that they talked about and this movie they talked about. Okay, but what about all the other ones? What about all the other ones? So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to break it down. And unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of graphics for it, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be interesting. I guarantee you'll find at least one movie that I'm going to talk about that you're like, I want to see that. I really want to see that one. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. But first, before we get any further into the stream, it's Ricky's birthday, everybody. It's Ricky's birthday, everybody. And yeah, this is Ricky and me at Retropalooza and some people in the background. But hey, it's Ricky, everybody. And you know what? I just wanted to say, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to Ricky. I mean, he's here almost every week, if not every week. One of my biggest supporters, and I just appreciate I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Ricky. So there you go. Happy birthday, Ricky. I hope you had a good one. And I hope you continue to have a good one. Hopefully the show doesn't suck. And you're like, well, that capped off a day. A crappy Order 42 stream. But no, hopefully you have a good one. So, yeah. Bad photo of me that I took. Hey, I couldn't find any other photos of us together. So I just said, screw it. I'm just going to use this one. So there you go. Ninjinzu shouldn't count because it's before the stream. Well, I mean, look. I mean, that's the rule, isn't it? That's the rule. But look, I mean, look, Bucho's here as well. Good to see you guys. And yeah, I don't know if you're in the Discord, which I think most of you, if not all of you, are at this point. But if you're not, good old Cosma posted that Jerry, the guy that I used to do the old podcast with way back in the day, way back. I mean, look, it's 19 years ago was when we did that podcast. That's when we started, which is nuts to think about. February of 2005. I'm sorry. 2005. 1965 for those that are in the know. But still, 19 years ago. But Jerry is putting out a new album. And he's putting it out on Monday. And it's going to be available on all the things. So, hey. You should listen to it. That's right, Jerry Mark Ham. Exactly. Not Jerry Bruckheimer. No. I don't know Jerry Bruckheimer personally. And I didn't do a podcast with Jerry Bruckheimer. Ricky. Look, just because it's your birthday doesn't mean that you get to troll, okay? I'm just kidding. You do whatever you want to do. It's your birthday. I mean, within reason. You know, don't hurt anybody. You know, don't get arrested. But yeah, I will say that there are some interesting pickups on the way. They were supposed to be here on Sunday. Not going to be here till tomorrow. So, guess we'll have to wait till next week to show off the new wares. It's not that big of a deal, actually. It's just, you know, stuff that I've been wanting. It's been on my wish list. And guess what? Bam. It was a sale. And I got it. So, that's what's going to happen. But look, I want to, talk about sales. I do want to talk about this. Okay? Now, look. I understand that a lot of people are all about the physical media. And they look at digital anything and they go, no, Nay, I say, nay. I'm not going to license something and then have it being taken away from me. But you know what? Here's the deal. I've been collecting digital copies of movies for years. I haven't had a single one go off my list. So I'm just saying it's a thing. But here's the other thing. A lot of times they do sales that you never see on a 4K Blu-ray or a Blu-ray itself. Sometimes you don't see them go under $10. But look, there's some insane deals right now going over on iTunes, which again, if you're into movies and you have digital stuff and you're not on Movies Anywhere, well, Movies Anywhere will link all of those different storefronts together so you can watch these movies. I mean, not all movies, some movies just won't work, but you can link them up, right? So anyway, here's some of the deals going on, and they're crazy. Okay? Look at that. The Alien 6-film collection for $20. Wall-E for $5. Renfield, that new movie with Nicolas Cage, $5. 6 movies, Mission Impossible movies, not the last one, but the first 6 for $30. Look at this. Look at this. Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, 21 Jump Street, Groundhog Day, and Ace Ventura Pet Detective for $15. I mean, these are some insane deals. Look at the sci-fi. I mean, Krull, Krull's not great. But Moon, Fifth Element, Starship Troopers, and Gattaca for $15? Dude, I'm just saying it right now. I'm buying some of these. Here's the link to, Here's the link, which is also, damn it. I opened up Chrome. I didn't mean to open up Chrome. Stop it. This is that link. Should be in every single video I ever do. And it's because not only, look, here's the thing. Go to Amazon, click on Amazon. Now this is Amazon, and then you can say, here, I want to see all the deals. So Blu-ray, you can select just 4K Blu-ray if you're just interested in the deals on 4K. Or you say, you know what? What deals are they running on Lego? Okay, so there's one. What deals are they running on, I don't know, PS5? There you go. Here are the deals. It's a really good website. And you can see all the different storefronts they have there. But the iTunes one right now, I'm telling you, the iTunes deals right now are nuts. They're nuts. Okay, come on, load. Okay, what the heck is going on with my... But yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at those deals. If you don't want Prometheus and Covenant, there you go, $15. Karate Kid, Stripes, Real Genius, St. Elmo's Fire, and The Natural for $15. Cocaine Bear for $5. I mean, look, there's just some good deals. It's just good deals. I'm just saying. Some of these are crap, okay? So look over here. You got The Quick and the Dead. It's all right. The Professional, pretty good. Bad Boys. I mean, if you're a fan, I'm not. Last Action Hero and Columbiana, which wasn't great. But $15 for all 5 of those? That's a deal. That's a deal. So yeah, there's a lot of great deals in here. A lot of great deals. Anyone But You is probably one of the most popular movies that came out of nowhere. But it's $8 right now. Madam Web. You can get it for $15. But look, I'm just saying, look, there's a lot of good movies in here. Look, all Friday the 13th, all the first 8 Friday the 13th movies for $20. I mean, come on. It's just good deals. So I just wanted to bring that up, okay? So, and Calum, hi. How's it going? It's good to see you. Let me get caught up here. Notification Squad. That's why he's always first. That's why he's first. You got arrested on GTA earlier? Well, that sucks. But Matt Walls, how's it going? Good to see you. The most important movie on that list is Transformers. I mean, but yeah, that's why I go to that link every single Tuesday and every single Friday, because they usually those sales update on Tuesdays and Fridays. So you can see what deals there are. It's good stuff. You want 99-cent movies? I mean, Showzama, welcome, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. But still, those are some really good deals. These are some of the cheapest deals that I've seen in a very, very long time on the iTunes store. And it's good all week. It should be good all the way through like next Tuesday. So there you go. There you go. Sonic movies for $5. Okay, well, some of them are 5, some of them are 10. I mean, but there's some great movies. And look, it seems like here's another one, like Royal Tenenbaums for $5. I saw going through this list because it's insane. There's a ton of them. This list has so many movies from what's his face? That guy. Bottle Rocket. The Life Aquatic. That guy. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. But yeah, if you're a fan of his movies, a lot of those are $5 today. Amelie, look at that. Amelie. If you haven't seen that movie's awesome. The movie's a really good movie for $5. I mean, look, there's just a bunch of good deals, man. A bunch of good deals. Ton of them. What is that? Ferris Bueller, Pretty in Pink, She's Having a Baby, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Some Kind of Wonderful for $20. Oh yeah, Life Aquatic right there. But yeah, they're, I don't know. And I think all of Jim Carrey's movies are on sale. Like I saw Liar Liar, I saw Ace Ventura when the second one. The first one is in that crazy deal with the $15 one. But yeah. It's a thing. Apparently there's a scary movie in the works with the original cast. Somebody's got to buy him. Exactly, Caleb. Exactly. I'm sorry. But for some reason, my allergies have just been nuts. I wanted to bring this up. Let me see if I can find it. Has anybody ever heard of Chainsaw Reacts? Has anybody ever heard of this show? Has anybody ever seen this show? Chainsaw Reacts. I'll wait to see if anybody knows who Chainsaw Reacts is. But anyway. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah, $5. Great Muppet Caper, $5. Come on. Wes Samsonite. Wes Anderson, right. Yes, thank you. Yes. Wes Anderson. If you're a fan of Wes Anderson, there you go. I mean, just looking through this, it's like, wow, there's just so many movies. So many great movies for cheap. So, I mean, if you want, click on it and do the thing. I mean, I don't get anything from that. I just think it's cool. So, there you go. Allergies coincide with the weather warming up and wind. Water helps. Oh, I drink a lot of water. Trust me. I mean, I drink like 3 of these a day. Plus, you've seen my things of tea. I drink 2 of those a day. So I'm usually pretty well hydrated, and I have to be even extra hydrated because Crohn's boy. Well, it's not really the Crohn's. It's the fact that I don't have colon. But anyway. Caleb, I did see that. And how dare you ruin my news item that's going to be coming up later. It's okay. It's totally cool. I appreciate it. But we're going to talk about that later. Yes. Rumble in the Bronx, $5. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I totally understand when somebody says physical media is better, the bit rate's better, so it's going to have a clear, like you don't get that color banding. Like every now and then, some of my digital copies, from iTunes, when I'm watching it on my TV, there'll be some color banding because the bit rate is so low, right? Because they have to, they're getting that through the pipes of the internet that are only about this big. Getting all of that data through those pipes. Again, and depending on the size of your hands, That may be how big the pipe is. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you're going to get a better bit rate off of a 4K disc than you ever will. I shouldn't say that. Maybe eventually they'll get to the point where you can stream 50 megabit per second, kind of video. But a lot of times it's a lot less than that. And sometimes it makes the color banding happen, where you've got that little jagged edge where there's a gradient and you see the lines. You know what I'm talking about? That's what that is, the color banding. I wonder if I can pull up an example of that. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, I agree with you. If you want the best absolute, there you go. That's perfect. Perfect. See that red on the left? That's color banding. Now, of course, the higher the bit rate, the smoother the gradient, right? But man, it's hard to argue when somebody says, "Oh, well, this movie you can buy it for $15 on Amazon and have it come tomorrow, or you can just buy it off of iTunes for $5." And there's so many movies to me that, at least in my opinion, aren't necessarily worth it to have a physical copy of it. Like I've many times I've come up with some examples of movies that I own that I don't necessarily. Okay, the original Daredevil. Do I need that on Blu-ray? Probably not. But if I had it for $5 on iTunes, well, Daredevil's a bad example because a lot of people don't like that movie. I don't know. I'm just trying to say, look, you can find deals, and the deals are good. And especially if you just want to watch the movie, there you go. You also have an air purifier. We had one, and we just stopped using it because we found that it wasn't doing anything for us. But hey, I get it. My allergies are typically not that bad. My wife, on the other hand, oof, man, she sneezes for like 3 months. But hey, nothing can ruin Keanu Reeves. I mean, you're not wrong. Keanu's awesome. You can download, and Kaleidoscape can exceed 4K UHDs. Well, true, but that's also a very, very expensive service, right? Right? So, but even when you download them, you're still limited to the size of that file. Like most of the, what I did, I don't know how long time ago, I took all my DVDs and Blu-rays at the time, and I was converting them to digital. I was basically ripping them, converting them on my Mac, and then putting them on a hard drive so that I can watch them anywhere, right? I can watch them on my Apple TV in the living room, or I can stream it to my phone. If I'm like in a doctor's office and I'm sitting there waiting, I could watch a little bit of a movie, whatever. Like, that's the reason I did it. But even then, you're still going to have issues where it's just not going to be the same quality. Now, I know that current technology, you can completely rip a thing and it's like exactly like the disc. I get that. I understand that. And I know that that's available out there. But I don't want to have to buy a hard drive every 16 minutes for all the movies that I want. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to say discs typically are better until they rot, in which case, look, man, it's not perfect. I'm just trying to say buy digital every now and then. You might find yourself going, hey, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. There you go. Sorry, just making sure the fan was on. Color banding was a big problem on the OG Resident Evil 0 Blu-ray release. Didn't bother me much, though. Yeah, see, in most cases, it's a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. But you can't argue that it isn't better. And for those people that want the absolute best experience they can, I understand. You don't have to sit here and tell me that physical media is better, because I agree with you. I agree with you that physical media is better. But there's a lot of movies that I'm like, I'm not going to buy that, but I might just go ahead and get it for $5 digitally or less. Like some of those are like $3 deals. That's awesome. That's awesome. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't tell Jay about rotting discs. Oh, we talk about rotting discs for sure. In fact, I think we talked about it on Sunday. So there you go. Also, it's not Resident Evil 0. It's just called RE0. Well, hey, whatever, man. Hey, I don't know. KP Senti, how's it going? I thought that was a myth. The rotting discs, it's not a myth. It's not. There are, it was only a concern with burn discs. It is, but there are some duplication houses back in the day that apparently I haven't done all of the research into my own stuff, but a lot of older Warner Brothers discs, apparently they were done at this one duplication house, and this one duplication house had a problem. And so like there's in fact you can kind of see it. That's the Superman DVD collection. It's got all the Superman movies up to that point, up to Superman Returns. Apparently that set, a bunch of the discs have started rotting because they were done at this one duplication house. Now, here's the thing. The list is insane. The list of movies that have been shown to have these problems, disc rot. If you go onto Google or your search engine of choice and you type in DVD disc rot list, there are many different places where these are listed. I think somebody put together a Google Doc that has all of these movies that have been tested, and they say, hey, this one's got a problem. This one won't even play. This one, it messes up in the middle. And of course, disc rot can affect different DVDs at different points. But apparently, this one duplication house didn't do a good job. So, in my opinion, there's probably no way that they only did Warner Brothers discs. There's probably a ton of discs out there that have these issues, and we just don't know about them. I'll tell you one that I have that I think is a problem. It's this one. Now, again, I need to look into it again, but does anybody remember the Final Countdown? But this DVD, this Blue Underground is the company, Blue Underground. This DVD, for some reason, has given me issues in the past. Now, it could be that it's just a bad disc, but I haven't really gotten into it and checked them out to make sure. But they recently came out with a Blu-ray and 4K of this, a 4K special edition with a bunch of stuff. You know, it comes with the CD, the soundtrack and all that stuff. I haven't bought that yet. And now I think they're like really expensive. So I might not. Honestly, this is one of those movies where I go, I like it. I like it. I don't know if I need it in 4K. I don't know if I need... Like, this is a movie that I'd watch every 10, 15 years. Maybe. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I care that much. But for those of you who do, I know that one has given me issues in the past. And I bought it brand new. This is not like, oh, you must have, can you see that? Look at that. Look at how, you can't really see, but that is pristine. There's no scratches, no marks, no nothing. So it's not that it's scratched or anything. There's something wrong with it. Or it could just be that my DVD player crapped out. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and got it, is because I was like, oh, that's cool. The covers, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't, I just haven't gotten the 4K, and I don't, like I said, I like the movie, but I don't know if I like it that much. I don't know if I want it like a $75 that much. Like the last time I looked, they were up there. Let's see. Final countdown, 4K. Look at this. Let's see. Okay, that's not the special edition. That's I'm guessing this is the one. So yeah, 75 and 90. I don't know. I don't know if I need that. I might buy this, where it doesn't have all the extra stuff. Like I don't need the CD. I guarantee you the CD would be something I'd listen to one time, if that. So, I don't know. And I'm also one of those people that like this drive set. I've talked about this before. Second Sight, this drive set is going for like 4 or 5 times what I paid for that now on eBay. And I'm like, but honestly, all I really want was the movie and the special features. I don't need the swag. The swag is cool, but it's not something that I'm like, man, I gotta have that. It's like the 7 4K that's supposedly coming out next year now. But it's like $80 and it's the movie and a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna look at and go, oh, that's cool, and put it back in the box and never look at it again. So I don't see a point in that. I want a movie only. Give me a movie only release. That's what I want. But yeah. Wraith, how's it going, sir? By the way, there's more people here. I just want to say once again, it is Ricky's birthday today. So if you haven't already, wish him a happy birthday, okay? So there you go. We're just gonna keep doing that, Ricky. I hope you're ready, because you're just gonna get all the birthday wishes all the time. It's your fault, okay? Because you took a picture with me and I had a picture. So there you go. I get why it bothers Jay, though, to think that what you're collecting and spending money on is finite. It is definitely a bit scary for collectors. But that's the thing. Everything deteriorates over time. So yeah, that's why I'm like, and this is one of the reasons why I don't like I'll collect some cool Tolkien stuff, but reading copies. Something that I'm going to sit and read. Okay? I don't need to have the first print of all this crap. I don't. I'm not the steward of history. I'm an enjoyer of media. So I don't care if it's like this super crazy, special edition lenticular holographic whatever. I don't care. I don't need lobby cards. I don't need any of that crap. I am not the steward of history. I'm just an enjoyer of things. So I collect the things that I want to enjoy. So yeah, I buy crazy expensive Lego sets that I open up and I put them together, and there you go. I don't really care if they're worth anything. I mean, they are. I mean, of course, I know that, but you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? So yeah, even this stuff will deteriorate, I mean, what's going to happen to this when I die eventually, in like 2076? What's going to happen to this? Is anybody going to care about the quality of these discs 50 years from now? I feel like it'll all be digital. I don't know. But you can't tell me that even a 4K disc is reference quality for history, right? It's got to be in a better form than that. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it is weird to think I'm going to buy this and then in 30 years, 20, 30 years, it's no longer going to play. That is kind of a thing. But really, when you think about it, DVDs kind of feel like that to me, because they're 720 by 480. That's, basically mid-90s technology. It's gotten so much better. Final countdown. I cannot believe that this movie, if you have seen this, you know exactly what I'm saying when I say this is a very low budget movie with there's some shoddy effects in this movie. It's really good for the time, all that stuff, but this does not age well. This movie does not age well, okay? The fact that this movie is available to us in 4K is ridiculous. It's crazy. I can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe it. You get what I'm saying. It's the final count. It's funny. Every time I would see that song posted somewhere, I would think of that movie. And I wonder how many people, when they go, oh, the final countdown, it's, it's Europe? Is that the band? Yeah. You may want to check FYE. I walked into the store randomly and it was there a while after it came out. Oh, really? I don't have an FYE anywhere near me, I don't think. FYE.com. Let me see. Is there a locations? Locations? I mean, there's a web store, but I don't even know. I'd probably have to find it somewhere else. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if there's one anywhere near me. Because I used to actually like FYE. I mean, there was a Suncoast. Oh, look there. There is one. There's one 9 miles from me. Interesting. Okay. I never shop at that. How many people shop in a mall these days? Do you think that's one of those things that people are going to miss when they're gone? Because eventually they will be gone. It's tough to get. It's tough to keep malls like hopping. Do you think malls is going to be one of those things? They're like, well, I kind of wish we could go to the mall and hang out and look over and see people and throw things. I don't know what kids do at the mall. But we used to go to the mall all the time. Just walk around and flirt with girls and stuff. Inclusions are always fun, though. I mean, you're not wrong. I imported the 60s King Kong 4K last year, and it got a US release this year. That's another thing. I mean, I was looking at... I'll tell you, one of this spoiler alert. One of the physical releases that's on the way to me is the Blu-ray, the US Blu-ray of Michael Mann's Ferrari. Haven't seen it, but I felt like as a Michael Mann fan, I needed to buy this movie. I needed to watch it, and I wanted to watch it on the best quality I could get, which apparently in the US is only Blu-ray. Because all of the releases there are a lot of releases for Ferrari outside of the US that are in 4K. But guess what? They don't include English subtitles, and they speak Italian in the movie. So like the Italy 4K release has it 4K, all that HDR, all that stuff, but no English subtitles. So when they're speaking Italian, I don't know what they're saying. And I haven't seen the movie, so I don't even know. So I'm like, okay, I'll just buy the Blu-ray and just deal with it. But man, it's irritating, Anyway. One more month till the Crow 4K. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. Fire it up, Fire it up. But yeah, I'm still a little worried. Like, what I'm interested in seeing is if you've seen that movie a lot and you know the movie really well, you can definitely tell when they're using a digital double or they've taken a scene of Brandon Lee in another part of the movie and they've put him into a different part of the movie. You know what I'm saying? I actually acted this out just the other day when we were doing the podcast thing. Anyway, so you might see that. Anyway, yeah. Those always stuck out to me. There are shots in that movie that look, even on Blu-ray, they look bad. They don't look good. And I'm wondering what they're going to do to fix that. If they're going to fix that. Or if they're just going to say, hey, this is the best available quality we have for this, and we're not doing anything else to it. Which I will be fine with. But there's a part of me that's kind of like, man, like there's a shot of of Brandon Lee, his character, running across the roof, and the crow is flying alongside him, but it looks very mid 90s digital, not great. I kind of wish they would fix some of that stuff. But you would think that Disney/Fox would have gone back and maybe used the original footage of the Sulaco or the drop ship crashing, the rear projection shots, that they might have gone back and fixed those. They didn't. So it's probably just going to be exactly the way it was, only 4K, which is fine. But I am interested to see how it's going to look, and hopefully it doesn't cause the same ruckus that the Cameron ones have. But anyway, let's see. Hold on. I'm all about look at all those happy birthdays. Hoping that a kid is going to buy that at an estate sale for a bargain. Estate sale, huh? Probably. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, or it's probably just going to end up in some box and somebody's going to go like, "Oh my god, it's the Drive 4K set that's worth like," I don't know. At that point, what am I going to care? I'm going to be dead. But anyway, it's got to be the ProRes files. Richard Nixon in Futurama, that's me? I don't think so. It would be kind of interesting. Like, it's one of the things that's always fascinated me about like stories like Interview with the Vampire, right? And it's about the loneliness of immortality, right? Like, if you could live 200, 300 years, but you were like one of the few that could do that, that there were connections that you would make over the years that they would just die off. They would grow old and die. And how would you deal with that? How would you cope with that? I've always thought that was really interesting. But that doesn't mean that I want to live that long. I just think it's an interesting thing. I always feel weird seeing the giant DVD offerings at Walmart compared to the Blu-ray. It is kind of strange, isn't it? But that's the thing. DVD still accounts for, I think Billy the other day was saying that it was like 50% of the sales are still DVD. And it's because there's so many people out there that don't have an internet service that can, internet service that can stream. So that's the only way they're able to see some of these movies. And, you know, I understand it. And the fact is, man, you got a good enough TV and good enough Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player, the up conversion on DVD is still really good. I mean, sure, it's not going to be as clear as a 4K, but I mean, if that's all you got, you could do a lot worse. So I'm like, wait, so why do I get this? I get annoyed at how many movies still get DVD and Blu-ray releases over 4K, honestly. Also, we need more 4K Blu-ray TV shows. Well, see, here's the thing. And this is something that I hadn't really thought about. But a lot of TV productions, especially, you know, sort of retro TV productions, they weren't shot on film. They were shot on video. So some of these really famous TV shows in the 80s and 90s, they were shot on video. So 720 by 480 is as bad as good as you're going to get. And it's not like you can go in there and remaster it in any way. There's really no way to do it. I mean, sure, you could probably throw that into some sort of crazy up converter, an AI video converter or whatever, and try to get, you know, more quality out of it. But for the most part, you're limited to that quality. So DVD is as good as you're going to get in some of those. Like Cosmos is a great example. I love Cosmos so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've talked about it many times. I've seen it so many times. One with Carl Sagan, not the one with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hey, I'm so smart and everybody else is dumb and I'm going to talk down to everybody. No. Carl Sagan, the master, the man, the one, right? That Cosmos was shot on video. It wasn't shot on film, so it's not like they can go in and do a remastering of it. They can upconvert it, but that's really, that DVD quality is as good as you're going to get, and that's a bummer. But I also say that, to Caleb's point, it irritates me with like something like Ferrari, a brand new movie that is only available on Blu-ray, or the best quality you can get on physical media in the United States is Blu-ray, when there's 4Ks available in other countries. So it's not like, oh, we just didn't upconvert it or we didn't do it. No, you did it. You just didn't make it available in the US. Are you trying to get people to just stream it? I mean, I think it feels like in a lot of ways that's what they're trying to do. Give you another example. Dune Part 2 came out today digitally. You can buy it right now digitally for $29.99. And on top of that, the digital version will have special features that the disc will not. If that's not a ploy to try to get you to buy the digital over the physical, I don't know what is. So that's one of those things where I feel that's kind of crappy. I don't like that practice. Because I'm getting the disc. I'm definitely going to get the disc because just the sound quality alone of the disc on the original Dune, the first Dune Part 1, is so much better than the version that the digital copy that I own, that I got because of the disc. So yeah. Anyway. FYE is expensive AF. Yeah. It's kind of like the way Suncoast was back in the day. Suncoast was another place where it's like, man, they have so much stuff, but man, it's so expensive. But yeah. They sell at the listed price, which is cheaper than inflated eBay prices sometimes. That's true. They had a Twice CD there for $50. Wasn't even an exclusive or anything, while Target sells the same CD as Target exclusive for $20. You go to the mall every weekend? Really? BC, how's it going? Good to see you. I like the food court. Okay. I haven't been to the mall in a while, at least ours here, but the one in Abilene, Austin, DFW, I go to. What's weird is there is one pretty close. I say pretty close. It's about 35 minutes away from here. Grapevine Mills. It's like a mega mall, right? It's fun to go in there, but man, the prices are ridiculous. Prices are crazy. But it's one of those things where like every now and then April's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know, Grapevine Mills? And she's like, no, I don't want to go to the mall. But, over here, 2 of 3 are thriving. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, here it's not really a thing. Like, I mean, we've got plenty of, what do you call them? Like, almost like strip malls. We've got those a lot, but yeah. Pretty much no empty storefronts either. Wow. See, that's crazy. Fallout show is so good. I'm glad you brought that up. So Ninjinzu, you're watching Fallout. Anybody else watching Fallout? I'm gonna have to get caught up. But yeah, is anybody watching Fallout on Amazon Prime right now? I haven't seen it, but I did catch up on Invincible season 2, and I watched it with the new-ish ads. It's the first thing I've watched on Amazon Prime since they did this thing where there's ads for Prime. I didn't pay the $2.99 per month. I just said, let's just deal with it. I gotta say, from my perspective, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't that bad. Because it's like for each, at least with Invincible, I can't speak for movies or anything like that. I haven't watched a movie yet. But for Invincible, there were 2 ad breaks. And they were roughly 2/3, a third and then 2/3, right? 2 ad breaks. One was like 45 seconds. One was like a minute, maybe. One was like only 15 seconds on one episode. It was weird. But I've noticed on a lot of other places where you have to watch ads, it's like it goes black for a second. And then it loads the ad and you're sitting there and then the ad starts to play. And then when it's over, it goes black for another second. I guess it's reloading the video, which part you are in the movie or whatever. And then it comes back up, right? On Amazon Prime, it was immediate. And it was so quick that if I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't know where the where the ad ends and the show begins or resumes, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was actually kind of impressive, like technological wise. So I'm wondering if anybody else is watching stuff on Amazon Prime and if they've done the ads or not. Like me, I'm kind of like, I don't watch Prime enough that I need to pay the $3. So I might just deal with it. I don't know. Wraith, you're asking about the colonoscopy. The colonoscopy is Thursday. So tomorrow is the day of cleanup or clean out, I guess. So this is my third colonoscopy. And you might be saying, Rob, why so many? Well, Crohn's, right? I've had many different tests over the years because of my condition. So this is my third one. Tomorrow's going to be bad, like really bad. Thursday should be okay. Because basically you go to sleep, you wake up, you don't feel anything, and you're kind of like, okay. You jump in the car. Somebody else has to drive you because you're not supposed to drive after you've been on anesthesia or under anesthesia. And yeah, you just basically chill. And most of the time, what will end up happening is I'll probably come home, maybe have a little bit to eat, and then I'll probably go to sleep for 4 hours. That's probably what's going to happen. So it's probably not going to be that bad. So I'm just saying from me to you, most of the time, and look, let's be honest here. Most of the time, the people that are in here are mostly male. Do the thing, okay? Do the colonoscopies when it's time. Do the prostate exams. I know everybody's like, oh my God. They're not that bad, okay? I mean, they're weird, and you feel weird, but they're really not that bad. And it's almost like, oh, wow, I've made this thing like this huge deal in my head, and it's not that big of a deal. What I'm trying to say is stay healthy, guys. Stay healthy, you know? Don't put something off because you're afraid of the pain or whatever. The pain's nothing. There's no pain. Okay, maybe a little bit, but it's not that bad. You know? So I'm just saying, hey, do the thing, be healthy. I want you guys around for as long as possible, you know? So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, we will be going through that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do like a live on Discord. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. That would be gross, wouldn't it? Hey, I'm going to the bathroom now. You know? I'm seriously probably going to look like Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber. I mean, it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen. Okay? Tomorrow's going to be crazy. Okay? Like, it's going to be nuts. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? Remember how the lights on keyboards and computer mainframes would blink in the sci-fi 50s and 60s movies? I found a USB that looks like that, and it's freaking $25. Link, please? Please post it in Discord, maybe? That'd be great. I'd love to see that. I love that stuff. Rob Ghost's going to haunt the next generation of game chasers that are physical movie chasers. Hey. That'd be interesting. I was going to say some things, but I don't know. Yeah. I would cope using video games and pizza. I'm not sure what you're coping with. I'm probably way behind because that's the show. We get way behind on stuff. It's like the story of Skips of regular show. He's immortal and his lore story with his girlfriend was sad. I can never justify buying a DVD knowing the content is produced in HD+. I understand that. Like for example, a good example is X-Files. I have, I don't know, a couple of seasons on DVD. For a long time, I was like, I'm going to buy the big crazy Blu-ray set, right? Because I love X-Files. Here's the thing though. I haven't watched X-Files in years. Now my wife has found it on different streaming services and that's what she watches. You know, and she'll watch it every now and then. I'll go in there and she's watching it. No big thing. So it's not really worth us buying that again. You know, DVDs look good on HD. Good to know. I'll just say this. They're not as good as HD. They're not. The up conversion can only do so much. So there will be a difference, especially if you've seen it recently in like HD quality, and then you watch like, for example, I have Hamlet, the 1996 Kenneth Branagh Hamlet. It's like 4 hours long. I have the DVD, and I also have the digital copy of that because it was, guess what, $5, right? Why buy the Blu-ray? I can just buy it for $5 digitally. What's the big deal? I'm not gonna watch it that often. Anyway, yeah, I could pop in the DVD and it would probably look fine. But then you pop in the Blu-ray or you watch it in HD off of iTunes or whatever, and you go, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely clearer. One of the ones that I did this test with was, I think it was Casino Royale. The, what's his face? Daniel Craig, right? I have the Blu-ray, but then I also had the DVD. And, or maybe it's because the Blu-ray came with a DVD. I'm kind of glad they stopped doing that because I felt like, yeah, you're just, I mean, I get why they do it. You know, they're trying to get, oh, well, here, if you just have Blu-ray, but you don't have 4K, well, buy the 4K because you're going to get the Blu-ray anyway. That way you're already upgraded. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this thing. Anyway, I watched both side by side. I was trying to find it. It's up there somewhere. Anyway, you can definitely see a difference in the quality. But it's not like this huge, to me, it's not that big of a deal because once you get into the movie and you're locked into the movie, the story's grabbed you and you're physically watching the movie. You're not just like, oh, doing something else. It's fine. That's why I haven't upgraded all my James Bond Blu-rays, or I'm sorry, my James Bond DVDs from the old days, because upconverted on DVD, they still look great. So that's just me. Now you might say, well, Rob, you're not a real cinephile then if you don't have, hey, whatever. All I'm saying is I don't think it's worth me paying the extra money to get them in 4K when the DVDs look fine. And if I really want to watch them in HD or 4K, guess what? They're on a streaming service that I already subscribe to. So I have a really nice set that I like. Get off my back. So there you go. DVD is cheaper to make in stock compared to Blu-ray. Also, the mastering on DVD is way better now than the early DVD releases. Absolutely, Shozama. And the thing is if something's not available on, like, for example, if a movie comes out and it's only available, the only place that you can get it is on DVD, don't not buy the DVD because, you know, a good example is the last DVD I bought was The Bad Sleep Well, a Kurosawa movie from the Criterion Collection, because it's not available on Blu-ray. They haven't put it out on Blu-ray or 4K or anything like that. But I want to see that movie, so I bought it. So it's just one of those things, you know. I say buy the best quality that you can. But if you can't get the best quality version, it's probably still going to be pretty good. And if the movie's good enough, it'll lock you in anyway and it won't matter. Because that's what happens to me all the time. There's been times when I'm watching something on like Tubi or something like that, and I go, man, this looks really bad. But then I get into the movie and I don't care anymore because I'm into the movie and the movie's great, you know, and I'm enjoying it. I watched, I'll tell you this. I don't think it's come out yet, but I watched Once Upon a Time in the West. I have the Blu-ray, and I think they're coming out with a 4K pretty soon. The Blu-ray is one of those where if you're into film grain, you're going to love this movie. Because, man, the film grain is, wow. There's a lot of it. And I'm sitting there going, this is one of those where I kind of wish they'd done a little cleanup on the grain. Because, whoa. But guess what? The movie's so damn good, I got locked in and I didn't care anymore. So it's one of those weird things. Like Once Upon a Time in the West on 4K, I don't need that in 4K. I got the Blu-ray. I'm happy. And I'm also happy that I got that for like $8. So, anyway. I mainly want 4K cartoon Blu-rays. I need South Park and SpongeBob in 4K. Yeah, do you know how many times I've almost pulled the trigger on a full set of all of it? I'm talking about South Park. I'm not a big SpongeBob guy, but South Park, I've almost done that so many times, and I just haven't. I've never done it. Manufactured on demand is how I get many of the pre-code other older movies. You're talking about the Warner, whatever Warner thing is? That is pretty cool, I gotta say. I get it's pretty cool. I get why that is, but it's annoying. Holy crap. I'm so far behind. We need 4K of the show, especially when Rob does his vapes. You don't need this in 4K. This is not a 4K quality thing. I mean, come on. This is not. You got it. It's right here. It's purple. Do you need this to be in high definition or high HDR? What is? Holy crap! I've gone completely stupid. What does HDR mean? Doesn't matter. With Megan, they released Blu-ray only, but then released the 4K like 4 months later. Glad I didn't settle for the Blu-ray. Yeah, now when they do stuff like that, I don't like it. I hate that. But a lot of times they will say, hey, we're coming out with a 4K later, but that's very rare. Most of the time, you just get the 4K and the Blu-ray at the same time. But T2 was $100 at Suncoast when it first came out on VHS. Dang! Yeah. I'm trying to think of the most I've ever spent on a single movie release. It might be one of the Criterions, but my guess is it's probably, man, I don't even know. Because I don't typically buy Super Crate or even some of the Arrow releases. Like I know that Dune set that I have, which is the 1984 David Lynch. I bought the big bad 4K crazy set with all the stuff. It's got a book and it's got 2 books, I think. It's got all kinds of stuff. I'm actually gonna watch that and review that pretty soon, which is why Shozama. That's why I haven't watched those videos yet, because I need to keep my thoughts fresh. I don't want to taint them with someone else's opinion. But yeah, I think that's probably the most I've ever spent, and that was like 55, 60 bucks. But I'm pretty sure there is a T2 VHS set, and if Ricky's still here, he knows what I'm talking about. It's the one with the holographic. Why don't I just pull it up? Rob, just pull it up. T2 VHS Special Edition. Not that one. Not that one. Not. Nope. Nope. That's it. Oh, it's the Terminator Collection. I bought this. The thing on the left there, or on the right. I bought that. And I want to say, I don't know how much it was, but it was expensive. That's 2 movies. That doesn't really count though. I thought that for some reason I just thought that was T2. But yeah, I haven't really spent that much on one movie before. Mall is a great place to walk when it's super hot or too cold outside to walk, also to avoid allergies. Shozama, you're making way too much sense, dude. Okay? Seriously, that makes a lot of sense. The problem is all the malls around me are so far away. It's kind of like, it's one of the things that I hate about the hiking thing, right? That we've been doing is that it takes 35, 45 minutes to get anywhere in Dallas-Fort Worth. Oh, let's go to the really, really beautiful Mineral Wells thing, right? Oh yeah, that's an hour. That's an hour and a half. Hour and 15 minutes. Something like that. I don't know how long. I don't know how far it is. It's pretty far though. And so it's like by the time you're there and you do the walk, and especially now we're doing 5 miles, right? That takes like an hour and 40 minutes. If we keep up our pace, about an hour and 40 minutes. By then it's like, dude, the day's gone. And just to get home, now that's another hour drive home. And that sucks when you're kind of tired from hiking. So it's like, it's a bummer, man. I wish I could just go outside and hike. I mean, I can walk around the neighborhood, but that's no fun. Plus you got to like hop over, birds and dogs. You already watched Fallout? Halfway through Fallout? I don't watch video game TV shows. I've been disappointed a lot. Caleb, I totally understand, but I've heard that it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Of course, can't have enough fan service, but for what the story is and what they did to bring it all together in the last episode, I mean, chef's kiss. There you go. Ads don't bother me, just mute and chill. Robert Rivera, I know I'm way behind, but hey, how's it going? Good to see you. $100 for T2. I watch Hell of a Boss on Amazon Prime, but it's only ads at the beginning of an episode. Okay. Yeah, when it's at the beginning, it's not that bad, but it's only 30 seconds for that show too. Yeah. Colonoscopy, best nap I had ever. So refreshed. Yeah. It's kind of nice. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Because I'm healthier now and like I'm in better shape now than I was the last one. So I'm kind of interested to see what today's gonna or what it's gonna be like. I mean, tomorrow's gonna suck. I don't care what anybody says. Prep for a colonoscopy sucks. Because you're literally shitting all day long. And that sucks. So yeah. And I really wish I'd listened to you guys last week. Oh, don't watch the Joker trailer on your stream. Are you crazy? Yeah, it got claimed. Like, seriously, like 5 minutes after the stream ended, I got a notice. Warner Brothers has claimed your entire stream. It can't be monetized because you play the Joker. Really, seriously? 3 hours worth of stream, you're going to demonetize the entire thing because I watched a 3-minute trailer that, by the way, didn't even play correctly? Wow. So that's why I don't do reaction videos. Anyway. Pain don't hurt. Yes, but Joe. Let's see. No, do the colostomy. No. No. Not doing that. Hell no. Same with South Park. I've almost pulled the trigger on the whole thing multiple times. I know. One day we'll get the Game Chasers in 4K. I don't know if that, hey, high dynamic range. Why couldn't I think of that? Yes, but no, I don't know if that would, really help. Because to me, there's a lot where, like, for example, I'm going to give the same example that I gave before, and Shozama's going to yell at me. But we're just going to go with it. As good as it gets. I don't see the point in that movie being 4K HDR. I just don't. I don't think that comedies need that. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you have the low dinosaur length, what? But yeah, I don't. I just don't think there's certain things that just don't need it. I don't think that the videos that I do, because I've been wanting a 4K camera, replace the Alpha 6000, which has done amazingly for me. I mean, dude, what a bargain that I got on that camera, dude. I love that camera, but I want a 4K one, and I just don't think that would add enough to the reviews, to the streams. I just don't think it would add anything. I just don't see a point in it. And I think that what I have, it still looks pretty dang good, right? I mean, I don't know. It's lit well enough that nothing is like super blown out or I don't know. I don't know. But I've thought about it. I've thought about it for this, but I just don't think, and the cameras that Billy uses is definitely 4K, but I just don't think it matters. But going to get some green on here and show us high definition. The Terminator, the Terminator set looks awesome, but it's VHS. So it's kind of like, I got rid of it back when I got rid of most of my VHS. In fact, I think the only VHS that I have left is some of the original Transformers VHS that I have. Oh, I have two or three different Star Wars special edition and pre-special edition VHS sets. Oh, and let me show you this. Any fans of Nine Inch Nails here? Ow. How many of you, if you're a Nine Inch Nails fan, how many of you have seen this Nine Inch Nails Closure 2 VHS set. And what this has is 2 VHS. One has some interesting art. This is Closure 1. Ooh, I still have the receipt in here. Cool. It's funny, it doesn't actually tell you what's on each VHS. But it comes with this little slip thing, right? Which is pretty well done. And that's all that's in it. Let's see if you get a little. There you go. Okay. Suncoast, $26.92. Hey, look, coming December 2nd, George of the Jungle. Interesting. But it comes with, it's a concert. This is the second one, of course. It comes with a concert, and then it also comes with the music videos from up to that point. So through Downward Spiral, right? I think. I can't remember what's on it. But a cool little set. Pretty rare of a set. And this is considered one of the halos if you're into Nine Inch Nails collecting. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool set. I forgot I always forget about that one. But there you go. The most expensive Blu-ray I bought was when I got my first ever full-time paycheck. I got the Sword Art Online Season 1 collection, which was like $200. See, that's different though. Like for me, it's like big sets, because I spent $200 on the Skywalker Saga Blu-ray, didn't I? Didn't I? I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Let me see if I can find Skywalker Saga 4K receipt. Oops, I can't spell apparently. No. Your item is still waiting. Oh, there it is. But where's the... Yeah, but where's the receipt? I had it in my in my cart for a long time. And I finally just said, screw it, I'm buying it. I don't care. I'm buying it now. Where's the receipt, damn it? I wanted to see how much that was. But that's probably the most I've ever spent. The Zatoichi I got for pretty cheap. That's one of the biggest sets that I have. It's however many movies are in that. I want to say that was like 120. But I've been really, I don't know if you guys are into the martial arts films, but the freaking Shout Factory has got a sale going on right now on their martial arts movies, and they have the Shaw Brothers classics. There's 4 volumes, and they're over $100 each one of them. They also have another set, and I can't remember the guy's name. Lee Tung and David Chang, I think. And it's like the only place you can get it is at Shout Factory. And it's on sale for $20 off right now. And it's $150. And I'm like, oh God, I want them. I want all of them. I don't need them. Because I guarantee you what's going to happen with all of those. They're going to be one-time watch. I'm going to watch them one time and I'll never watch them again probably. Most likely. But I want them because I love a good box set. And man, Shout does some amazing box sets. And all the special features, and I love that shit. But I can't, man. That would be, let's see, $150 plus $60 For the Brave Archer collection, I think that's $210, and then 4 different sets that are over $100. So you're looking at over $600 for, but it's like 60 movies or something crazy like that. But to me, box sets don't count. I'm talking about a single movie, right? And a single movie, I'm pretty sure that Dune is probably the most I've ever spent on a single movie at like $60. That's why it irritates me that the 7 4K, I know we're going into physical media craziness right now. I'm sorry. A little bit of ranting going on there. But it irritates me that freaking $80 for a single movie. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't. And then I spent $50 on that Cemetery Man, 50 or 60 for Cemetery Man. I've never seen the whole thing, but for some reason I'm like, screw it, I'm buying it. So who knows, man? Maybe I will buy the 4K of this. Okay, you talked me into it. Maybe I'll buy it. I probably paid more than $100 for Royal Space Force Wings of whatever that is, 4K, since it's a Japanese release that was co-released in USA, not exactly an import, just the same version for both Japan and USA. Wow. Still waiting for my damn Osmo, but it'll finally be here on Saturday. Sweet, dude. I definitely want to see that thing. And Six Flags Arlington, I know that place. Yeah, but you know Six Flags. That was Six Flags Mall. And that mall is gone. Is it gone? Is it gone now? I don't think I can pull up the let me see. Go down. Yep. That's Highway 10. No, where is it? 161 and 183. That's Irving. Need to go south. Okay. That's my old stomping ground. That's where the old Blockbuster is. It is... Okay. 360. Yeah, it's like... Dude, I can't really remember exactly where. I'm pretty sure it was in, yeah, it's not there anymore. But yeah, that was one of the malls, man. Back in the day was the Six Flags Mall. Awesome. It was an awesome place. In fact, the Six Flags Mall, I think I've told you this before. It's where I saw Return of the Jedi opening weekend, the General Cinema at Six Flags Mall. Hell yeah, dude. I also saw E.T. there once. I saw E.T. 6 times in the theaters. But yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really curious about your Osmo and how that works. And, hopefully you can take a lot of good footage and maybe even send me some of the footage so I can look at it and see what the quality is and stuff. Or put it on YouTube or whatever. Wraith, do the thing, dude. Do the thing. I want to see it. I'm impressed the ink stayed. Usually receipt ink fades. Yeah. I mean, it's in between those two cases, and then it's sealed with this acrylic, which is not great, by the way. But yeah, it's been sealed in there that whole time. Pretty cool. I used to have that closure and also a bootleg of all Nin videos. Yeah, man. Some of those videos are, whoa. Like, I want this guy to be completely naked, and I want him to be sitting there, and then basically he's tortured to death, and then he goes down this thing and he's turned into dog food at the end. Okay. Happiness and slavery, everybody. I used to buy anime Blu-ray sets like crazy. I probably have around 100 different series, which isn't as many as a lot of people have, but it still takes up a lot of shelf space. Man, Caleb, I mean, trust me, I know because I've seen those at different shops over the years and just been like, man, it just looks impressive. You know, it looks awesome. Like I have never read or watched a single thing on Berserk, but I keep hearing people talk about Berserk, and I'm like, I want to buy all those big freaking hardcovers, like almost like my absolute editions of Sandman. And there's like 14 or 15 of them, right? I still want those. Never read it. I could totally hate it, but I want them because they look awesome. So yeah, there's so many things like that where I'm like, kind of want them. Around 15 to 50 for a season or series, pretty fair when you consider watch hours. I'll see it in October in person. Good. Did you ever go to that mall where Billy and Jay got that Nintendo cabinet? Yeah, I went there many times. In fact, I went to, because it came out of a KB, and I used to go to that KB toy store all the time. In fact, if I remember correctly, there was KB here, and it was kind of one of those corner guys. And then Suncoast was like just down the way, but on this corner. And then I think it was a department store was right here. And then if you went down between the KB and the Suncoast, you went down like this hallway, the new Cinemark theaters. So the General Cinema closed, then the Cinemark opened, and it was like a I don't know, 10, I don't know how many theaters were in that one, but yeah, so the KB was on one side and the Suncoast was on the other, and then you went down this hallway and you went to the Cinemark and watched movies there. And I watched many movies at that one. I can't really remember which ones, but I've seen a bunch of them. I saw a bunch of them there. So yeah, 9 Inch Nails didn't exactly have the shiniest outlook on life. I mean, no, definitely send and post videos. Good. Well, I want to see the raw, the raw footage that like when you hook it up to a computer and you drag it off of there. I want to see what it looks like. Shit, I might bring my laptop and you can just hook it up, film something, and then hook it up and I can play with it. Because I'd like to see what it looks like. While the book series is amazing, you might check out the Berserk movie trilogy on Prime. It might be the stepping stone you need to get into it. I mean, do I need to get into it though? Do I need yet another thing to get into? I still haven't watched Fallout. I'm interested. I mean, it's interesting though that you guys are with the ads. You guys are pretty much like me, where you're kind of like, I could deal with it. It's not that big of a deal. Like my wife, man, she hates ads. Hates them with a passion. Like she will pay extra to not watch ads. She doesn't watch much on Amazon. I think we'll probably, like, if she found a show on Amazon that she really wanted to watch, I guarantee you she would pay that $3. Either that or the OG 80s or 90s, can't remember which, Berserk TV show that finally put that in Blu-ray. I'll definitely be filming things that weekend of Retropalooza. Good. I can't believe that Retropalooza Houston is the end of next month, which is nuts. This year is already going by so fast. And I will tell you, well, we already talked about that. We went through the fourth draft of the script. Jay was not there, but Billy was there. Scott was there, our producer, and Melvor was there. And they were all very impressed with it. A lot of what we've been doing is saying, okay, let's take that and put this here, which takes more work to try to make those work, right? To take it out of this part and move it here, and then fix all the issues with, you know what I mean? It's almost like, to me, every change you make in a script is like a puddle, or it's like a stone being thrown in a lake. And that lake has ripples. And so it ripples out all the way to the end. So if there's things that have been referenced by, from this one scene or whatever, you have to change those things. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, at this point, it's very, very small, minute changes now. And it's almost like, hey, why don't you write this line, or why don't you change this line to this? Why don't you make it this person that says it instead of this person? So the changes are very minute. So instead of it being like a fifth draft, it's going to be more like a revision to the fourth draft, which is, we're in a good place. And so I should be able to get through all that. I didn't get to work on it at all last week. Just I had too many things going on. But this week I should be able to. I mean, tomorrow, let's be honest, I'm not doing much tomorrow, except going to the bathroom. So hopefully I can get some work done on the script. I don't know why I went into that. Oh, I guess it's just because the time has gone by so fast this year. And I think part of it is just because I've been living in that script and that story. It's amazing, man. It's like the more that you work on something like this, it gives you a greater appreciation for the movies that don't work. Like the movies that probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, I would have trashed. I would have said, this is a crap movie and it's blah, blah, blah. I understand how hard it is to make a movie now. Even on a very, very small budget. And then you see these huge budget movies and they make some of the same mistakes that these independent films make. You know what I mean? It's an amazing thing. And it makes me appreciate even like the ones that don't quite get there. So anyway. I hate ads on services that are just TV streaming, but if it's amazing where the TV is just a bonus, I don't really mind. Oh, not Amazon. Gotcha. But if it's Amazon where the TV, gotcha. Makes you really like DB Cooper versus Bigfoot, huh? No. See, that's the thing. Movies like that, you go, okay, you didn't even try. That is a movie where you didn't even try. But it's the ones where you can tell that there was some effort put into it. Like, give you an example. Civil War, right? Just came out. A lot of people talking about that movie, going on and on about how some people are calling it an absolute masterpiece. Some people are irritated because it doesn't explain things. Some people are irritated by the ending. Me, I can look at that movie and go, wow, what an achievement. I mean, in fact, what an achievement. Civil War sets an A24 record with $25 million debut. That is insane. And I just got to say, man, I'm impressed with the movie. But the problem is it doesn't have the effect that I thought it would on me. Because it was affecting me. It was really affecting me. And then, like I said in my review, a scene happens and it completely ripped me out of the movie, and it made me go, this doesn't work for me. Some people think that it's great. For me, it didn't work for me. And it made me realize the movie went from wow, this might be a movie that I continue to watch for many years to come, to, okay, I don't think I need to see this again. That's my opinion changed that much in this one sequence of scenes. And that's unfortunate. But I also look at that and I go, I'm still blown away by how well that movie is put together and what they were able to accomplish with the lower budget that they had. It really is impressive. And, like I said, I'm rooting for him. And I think Alex Gardner has been hit or miss for me his whole career. But when they hit for me, they really hit. And he's an amazing talent, and I'm rooting for him. So it's not a modern day Children of Men. Kind of, but it's more like the thing that I think everybody should keep in mind. If you're interested in seeing Civil War, this is no spoilers, nothing like that. Don't get hung up on, well, why is Texas and California bonded together? You're not going to get any information on the why. You're literally put into these situations with war photographers, and it's about their journey, and it's about how they're seeing these people do this thing to this person or these people, and you're seeing how that affects them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's from that perspective, the movie works great. It really works great. But even with that, you get to this one sequence, and I'm like, okay, I feel like you ruined it. You ruined the. I don't know. There's I think Chris Stuckman, like I said, Chris Stuckman agreed with me. Um, I mean, it's not like he saw my review and was like, "Oh, I remember, that Order 42 guy." No, it wasn't like that. But it was more like he said the exact same thing that I did, which, like, wow, this movie's an achievement. But then something happens, and a character does something that is completely out of their. It feels completely out of character, and it almost betrays the rest of the movie, and you're like, okay. I mean, that's so it was funny to hear him say almost the exact same thing I did, even though I didn't go into detail in my non-spoiler part, but I went into full detail in my spoiler part. So, and it's funny watching the uh I don't know I don't know if I can see it now. Um I'm sure you can. Yeah. So this is my audience retention. Okay? You see that drop off? That means a lot of people like right there. That's when the spoiler part starts. Because everybody's like, I don't want to get spoiled. So I just think that's interesting. When I do a spoiler part in a video. But yeah, man, I mean it's weird because it's like I almost can't recommend the movie. But the more I think about it, the more I'm still impressed with the movie. So it's like but you're not going to get this, oh man, I can't wait till they stick it to side of choice. No, it's not like that. There are no sides really. It's literally Americans and Americans. Doesn't matter what side they're on. Sometimes you don't even know what side they're on. It's just horrifying what they're doing to each other. And that's the power of the movie, is that it's not just, oh, we want to obliterate the enemy, or we think the enemy's wrong, so we want to fight them. It's, look at what this does to this small town, or or this area. And that's the spooky part about it, and that's what's great about it. I don't know. And a lot of people got mad at me about my Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I got some messages that were kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say mean, but not nice. And that was kind of like, yeah. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, of course, Henry Cavill. That comes out this weekend. I got to see it on Saturday, and it's fine. There, you don't have to watch my review. If you haven't seen it already, basically, it's fine. If you saw the trailer and you go, oh, that looks like fun, you'll probably enjoy it. But it's also like, that's all it is. So, and that's the problem. I kind of wish it was more. But anyway. We know Captain wins. Oh, the other Civil War. Right. I hate it when characters break all character building and just do something out of the ordinary for them. Yeah, Caleb, I mean, that's, to me, at least from my perspective, that's how I felt watching that movie. And it's frustrating. Because I was, it's hard to say that I was enjoying the movie, you know what I mean? Because it's such a rough watch, but I was like, wow, this is really good. This is a really good movie. And then this happens, and it was just kind of like, I feel like you ruined it. That broke things for me. And I started to think about, okay, if it were me and I'm writing this screenplay, and I'm getting to this part of the story and this thing happens, how would I deal with that? And I thought of many different things that could have been done that would have had more resonance, at least to me. But then again, it's not my movie. It's not my movie. And I would be at that point, it's something I talk about all the time. It's judging a movie against something that it can never possibly be. There's no way that what's in my head will ever make it to screen. So now I'm judging this thing off something it has no ability to be. So I have to judge it on its own merits. I have to judge it as this is what we got. That's what I have to judge this movie on. And judging it on that merit, it kind of made me go, yeah, I don't know if I like it. I don't know. As a whole, I don't know if I like it. Very impressed with it, but I don't know. I feel like too many stories try to be dark these days and end up being really surface level. They end up feeling a bit edgelordy. Yeah, no, and I get what you're saying. I just feel like with this, it's a character problem, and I don't know if I agree with that. But anyway, Ministry though, it's fun. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, it's fun. It's fun. It's fine. But don't expect any depth because it's just what you see is what you get. And there are things that they borrow from other Nazi killing movies. Anyway, hey, did you guys know about this? Yeah. Relive the magic of the 1984 animated series on the big screen. So May 15th, May 18th, and May 19th, they're bringing the first 4 episodes of the Transformers to movies, to cinemas. And then there's an exclusive table read with Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and more. And yeah, one, at least here well, I have Arlington pulled up here. But yeah, one screening on the 15th, one screening on the 18th, and one screening on the 19th. So if you're interested, that's a thing. I just thought that was cool. And I thought if you're a fan of the, original Transformers animated series, this might be fun. I kind of think that I kind of want to go. Here, wait a minute. I'm going to allow 0. Would you... Hold on a second. You piece of poop. Tickets at Transformers 40th Cinema Event.com. Well, that's what I'm on, is it not? Oh, that's even cooler. I just love the design of the originals. No, I'm not going to watch YouTube. Oh, there you go. Peter Cullen, Frank Welker. That's sweet. Okay, that's really cool. Man, look at that. Did you see that mustache? Whoa. This is cool, man. Okay, I might have to go to this. That looks really cool. May 15th, 18th, and 19th. So that's the weekend before Retropalooza Houston. I mean, that's pretty cool, guys. So, hey, if you're into that, go there. And here's the hold on, let me go. Can I go home? Maybe? Home. Get rid of all the... Oh my god. Oh my god. There's so much stuff. Here's the link if you want to go. Ted, did I say hi? Hi, Ted. How are you doing? There's the link if you're interested. May 15th, 18th, and 19th. Pretty cool. Now, here's another thing. Okay, we talked about the ads on Amazon Prime, right? And I know that there are people that are not a fan of what Disney has been doing lately, but Disney reportedly wants to bring always-on channels to Disney Plus. The channels could include content dedicated to Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and more, the information reports. I'm just curious. Does anybody think that this might be a good idea? Because I'll tell you this. The reason that I think that this might be kind of cool is because I don't know if you guys have ever used any of the Pluto TV stuff, like where there's just channels of stuff playing. And let's say you're just like, if like me personally, I'm not typically a person that just likes to have content like a movie or a TV show on in the background while I'm doing something. Because typically what happens is I just end up watching the thing instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? That's why I can't listen to music with lyrics typically when I'm trying to write. I'd have to put on like ambient music that has no lyrics and barely any structure as a song. You know what I mean? Because otherwise I'll connect with that thing and start doing that thing. But there's been many times when I'm like, I just want to watch something, but I don't really care. Just kind of like whatever. It'd be kind of cool to say, I kind of want to watch a Star Wars thing, but I don't really care which one out here. Put on the Star Wars channel. That's on 24/7. It's probably ad supported, but it'll play a random Star Wars thing and I can just sit there and watch it. So I'm kind of curious if that's something that anybody would be interested in, because like I said, I see a reason that this could be kind of cool. So I'm curious about how many of you actually think that ridiculousness channel can draw me in for hours. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this. One of the things that I kind of want to start doing is, instead of watching Twitch, which I love, dude, I love my Twitch, right? I've got a bunch of people that I follow on Twitch, and I'll just watch Twitch. And I'll be doing something on the iPad. I'll have it up on this screen while I'm writing on my laptop. I've got my email and stuff up over here. So I'm doing all this stuff, and I've got the Twitch going, and they're playing PUBG. I know PUBG like the back of my hand as far as from a viewing standpoint. So I can sit here and interact with it when I want to. Like when it's like, okay, I need to take a break from this. I can just, okay, Twitch is on, and I can watch somebody play PUBG for a few minutes. And then I go back to what I'm doing. But there's a martial arts channel called Hiya that I kind of want to start watching, because I watched a little bit of it today and I'm like, that's pretty cool. They just play martial arts movies all day. Awesome. For free. I mean, it's ad supported, but it's for free. And I'm like, okay. To do that with Marvel and with Star Wars, with Disney movies, where you're already paying for Disney Plus. This isn't something you're paying for extra. So I kind of see that this could be kind of cool. But it's only for those things where it's like, maybe it's if you were Paramount, you could have a Star Trek channel. Or, it would have to be IP related. But like that Hi-Yi thing, man, like I said, I watched it for a few minutes today and I was kind of like, this is cool. Because I never would have heard of this movie. I probably never would have watched this movie. But it was a movie, I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was with Jackie Chan, where he was in the background. He was a supporting character. And I was like, this is cool. So I don't get this decision. We abandoned cable for cable. I guess I'm more selective. I want to watch a specific show. For the most part, I'm like that too. But I think if this was something that's just on the side, I think it's kind of a neat idea. They have a Doctor Who channel too. There you go. See, I kind of look at that and I go, yeah, maybe. Maybe for kids, just turn our cartoon channel on or something. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's kind of a cool idea. I don't know. Yeah, I have Hi-Yi now. Is it good? Ricky, is it good? Because that's an actual subscription service, right? Like it's like on demand, right? It's not just the channel. It's right. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But also, since Kalen brought it up, I guess we'll talk about it. Yeah, Keanu Reeves will voice Shadow. Now, what's interesting is they didn't announce this at CinemaCon, which was last week, which we'll go into in a minute. But yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that they didn't announce it there and they waited till later. But what's funny is, look at this. First reported by John Campea and confirmed by THR. I just thought that was kind of neat that apparently John Campea got the scoop on this. He said a guy just came up to him and said, hey, Shadow's going to be played by Keanu Reeves. I just thought that was kind of neat. Also, I only watch stuff in chronological order of either release or actual time period for the show, so random episodes wouldn't do it for me. Right, but like, okay, Seinfeld. Seinfeld is a great example of a show that I don't think it matters which one you watch first. The Office, in a lot of seasons, could be the same thing, where I could just watch The Office. You know, and I know many people who watch The Simpsons like that. So, I don't know. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Not sure if I would call Reeves a good voice actor. He always sounds the same. Well, I mean, we need a Keanu Reeves-ish character. There you go. Bam. But here's the thing. I know nothing about Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, less than nothing. I haven't seen the first two movies. Never seen them. And I love Jim Carrey. I probably should watch them. But I haven't seen them. So I have no idea if Shadow is... if Keanu Reeves fits Shadow's character at all. I don't know. Shadow sounds like Reeves anyways. Okay. Well, there you go. I don't know. But I wanted to bring it up because it was like, you know, big news today. And I thought that there would be some people in here that, you know, I like it. Definitely see old school Jim Carrey in the Sonic movies. Okay. Run fast and collect things. Or collect rings. Right. Now, also, I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if I actually talked about it on stream, but that they're doing a Naked Gun reboot with Liam Neeson in the Leslie Nielsen role. And then today, they announced that Pamela Anderson is going to be in it. Thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? Because I see that and I go, I haven't seen Pamela Anderson in freaking years. So I don't know what she looks like. I don't think that's a recent picture. I don't know if she's good for the part that they're going to have her play. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is the idea of Liam Neeson playing that role is kind of hilarious to me. And I kind of want to see it just based on that. Who's going to play the OJ character? But no, those original movies are really great. They're really funny. In fact, I think I own them digitally. Don't I? Or is that one of those where I'm like, I need to get that, and I never did? No, I don't have them. But guess what? They're on sale right now. The trilogy is $14.99. So if you want to buy it digitally right now on iTunes, they're $14.99 right now. Just saying. Just saying. OJ won't be in it this time. I mean, I would hope not. Because, you know, he's dead now. But, yeah. Mr. Mom. Ted, what Mr. Mom? Why did you bring up Mr. Mom? Because I love Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom is a freaking amazing movie. I love it. I love Mr. Mom. So, wait, is there no one here? Is there no one here? What the hell? Y'all are chatting, but it says there's only one viewer? Is that right? That's strange. Okay, well, that's why you don't worry about the views. Worry about your show. Bumblebee Tuna. Well, wait, Bumblebee Tuna was YouTube borked? Okay. All right. Well, we're still streaming though, right? Excellent connection. I'm all green over here. What was the tuna in Mr. Mom? I don't think it was Bumblebee. Schooner tuna. Look at that. I had to look it up, but schooner tuna, the tuna with a heart. Look at that. That's what made me think of it anyway. No, I mean, I get you. I get you. But there you go. And yeah, I think we all, yeah, Bumblebee tuna. Yeah, I do love that. Wait, I'm still on that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to go into the CinemaCon thing. Now, I know that some of you are going to go, what? But look, there's so much stuff that was announced at CinemaCon this last week that I wanted to talk about it because I guarantee you there is stuff that was announced last week. There's so much stuff that I'm excited about. So, and Rachel, hello. Don't worry, it's 2 viewers now. It's repairing itself. Okay, good. I mean, I don't back to 1. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad it's not just me talking to one person. But you know what? It doesn't matter if it was. If it was, I'd still be talking with you. So there you go. But anyway, what CinemaCon is, I think I mentioned it last week. It's where the studios come to show the theaters what they can look forward to in the next year. So it's hey, these are our biggest movies. These are some of the things that we're planning. They will talk about some stuff from the future, like stuff that won't be coming out in the next calendar year. But for the most part, that's what this show is about. It's about, hey, this is what we're doing, and this is why you should be excited, so you can get behind the studios and these releases or whatever, right? So last week we had the Joker trailer release, right? Well, the other things that they announced during the show that wasn't talked about as much, that's the stuff we want to talk about, right? The stuff we want to focus on. Of course, they talked about Furiosa. Of course, they talked about Beetlejuice. But there's one that I think I'm really excited about. I'd never even heard of it. I didn't know it was coming. 8 participants, but two viewers. Hey, you know what? As long as you guys are here and you're watching it and you're enjoying it, I don't care about the views. I don't care about how many people are here. I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. But this is a documentary on Christopher Reeve called Super/Man. And it's about him. It's all about Christopher Reeve. And from what I hear, they showed the trailer of this, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Like, people were moved by this trailer. I'm super excited about seeing this because I think Christopher Reeve was amazing. So I'm really excited about that one. And of course, they showed the first trailer, which we haven't seen yet, for Mickey 17. Mickey 17 is the movie that Bong Joon-ho, who directed Parasite, is directing with Robert Pattinson. And it's a movie where this guy is on some sort of base somewhere in space. And every time he dies, he's cloned. And so Mickey 17 is, I'm guessing, the 17th clone of this guy. So there aren't dry eyes? Well, you know what I mean. People cried. People cried during this trailer of Super/Man. But Mickey 17 is one of those that I'm really looking forward to. And a lot of people that I saw that were talking about CinemaCon said that Mickey 17 looks awesome. So, like Multiplicity, yeah, but I don't know. But it's Bong Joon-ho, who's made some great movies. I saw Parasite, and I saw one other of his, and I can't remember what it is now. But he's really good, and I'm interested because, you know, I think it sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. So what are you gonna do about it? Okay. Lionsgate. Of course, they have the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare coming out in a couple of days, right? I saw it. It was fine. But of course, they've got The Crow coming up. They talked about that. People said that they got even more footage and even more kind of understanding about what the movie's going to be like. They were really impressed. There was Ballerina, which of course we've talked about, Ana de Armas, joining the John Wick franchise in her own sort of side story, and that Keanu Reeves is going to be in it. Today, over on the John Campea show, he said that during CinemaCon, one of the people that he won't name, but somebody came up to him and said, "Yeah, Keanu's going to be in it, and he's going to be in it so much that it's going to be like John Wick 3.5 because it takes place between 3 and 4. So there you go. Ana de Armas bleh? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Bleh? Are you kidding me? I've been saying for years that they need to do a side story of that character. The character she played in No Time to Die, because the character was great. But anyway. So anyway, yeah, Ballerina. I'm kind of excited for that. And then they showed some footage of Michael, which is the Michael Jackson biopic. Now, controversy? Sure. Apparently, this will go into things. But they said that it will feature many, many different songs from the Michael Jackson whatever. And that a lot of people came away going, this looks good. It looks really good. Demod him? I want it to be a girl that's not my race. Oh, race. Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, hey. I mean, Cuban, right? Anyway, Ana de Armas is, I like her. And she's a good actor, too. But also, there are 2 other movies that they mentioned that are coming out in the next year that sound interesting. One of them is called In the Gray. It's another Guy Ritchie film, which is like, whoa. Guy Ritchie has been really busy, but it's another Guy Ritchie film. Aisa Gonzalez. Wait, is that her name? That is her name, right? Yeah. Aisa Gonzalez will be in it. Jake Gyllenhaal will be in it. And Henry Cavill will be in it. In the Gray. It's a movie about thieves that steal money that's already been stolen. So like, okay, rich guy gets a bunch of money stolen, right? Group of thieves. These guys are, their job is to go after them. And they said that it looked funny, it looked fun. So that comes out in January apparently. So it's called In the Gray. She was in Blade Runner 2, right? Yes. And Knives Out. 1. Knives Out. Yeah. So yeah, sounds interesting. And like I said, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, if you saw the trailer and you said that looks fun, go see it. You'll like it. But that's all you're going to pretty much get. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be a deep movie. And yeah. Yeah. So the other movie is called The Killer's Game. Now, there's not a whole lot of information on this movie, except it's got, let me see, Ben Kingsley, Sophia Boutella, what's her name? Pom Klementieff. But it's a Dave Bautista starring movie. Okay? And this movie, it just sounds interesting to me. Okay? So the idea is it's sort of a group of assassins, sort of like John Wick. Dave Bautista is an assassin. And Pom Klementieff, or whatever, however you say her name, is kind of his handler. So he goes to the doctor. Dave Bautista goes to the doctor and finds out that he's gonna die, and he's got this terminal disease. So he puts a hit out on himself, and after he does that, he gets a call, and the doctors say, "Oops, you're not gonna die. We got your records or your test results mixed with someone else, so you're okay." And chaos ensues. Look, just the concept sounds interesting, and it sounds like it could be fun. So there you go. The Killer's Game. And that is from Lionsgate. Then, this was Wednesday night. they had Universal come out. And of course, on, let's see, Monday night, they had the screening of Fall Guy. Is anyone here? It's showing 0 viewers now. Type 1 in chat if you are here. I mean, look, you guys might just not be interested. Okay, which is fine. But yeah, look, there's a 1. There's a 1. So there's at least one person here. Oh, and Carbonite's still here. 1, good. Wraith, okay. Rachel's still here, good. All right, okay. So basically, YouTube is being weird. Okay, it just freaked me out when I clicked over and I'm like, 0 people. I just got back. What's up? Okay. So they screened the Fall Guy on Monday night, and apparently Fall Guy went over really well. A lot of people said it was great. 1 in chat. Okay, there you go. Okay, at least, look, at least one person is here. That's good. All right. Of course, they showed off Despicable Me 4, which I'm sorry, I don't care. They talked about Twisters, which again could be interesting. One of the things they said is that they showed a lot more footage of the tornadoes, and that a lot of that footage was filmed by actual storm chasers. So the destruction that's on display is like, wow. So 1 in chat. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Bucho. So yeah, Twisters went over pretty well. And Nosferatu by Robert Eggers. Now, he's one of those directors that's very, like, some people don't like Robert Eggers that much. You know, he did The Witch, he did The Northman. I find his movies sort of fascinating. They don't always hit with me, and they don't always feel like true, I guess. But I'm interested. And just from what I've heard, they said Nosferatu is creepy and weird. So I'm like, cool. So Nosferatu is coming this year. And then, of course, the big thing was Wicked. Now, Wicked is the story of, it's a musical. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. But I know it's in between, it's the Wicked Witch in the West and the Wicked Witch of the East. They're friends at the beginning, and this is kind of how they become enemies or whatever. One becomes bad, whatever. Anyway, it's going to be split into 2 parts. But from what I've heard, the people went in going, came away going, wow, okay, this is going to be huge. So from a theater standpoint, they're probably like, we're going to make some money on this because it's a very popular musical. But look, like I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know. There's probably people that might have seen Wicked in here that are like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But I don't know anything about it. So, but there you go. Paramount. There's some interesting things in Paramount. So first off, we have a Bee Gees biopic, which we talked about. This is something we didn't talk about. This just got announced like the other day, but they talked about it at CinemaCon. Edgar Wright will be directing a new version. Edgar Wright, of course, did Shaun of the Dead. He did Hot Fuzz. He did The World's End. He did Baby Driver. He did Last Night at Soho. I like Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright, Scott Pilgrim, of course. Great director. I love Edgar Wright. He is doing a new version of The Running Man, Stephen King's short story, The Running Man, which of course was made in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is supposed to be a more accurate version, starring Glenn Powell. The guy from Twisters, the guy from Top Gun Maverick, the guy that's in Anyone But You. The guy's hot right now. Apparently, he's going to be in all kinds of things. So there we go. The Running Man. Interesting. Just interesting. Yeah, Arnold. Right. But also, Paramount is coming out with The Last Ronin. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles graphic novel, The Last Ronin, is going to be made into a live action movie. and it's going to be rated R. So a violent, accurate, like story accurate, comic accurate, The Last Ronin. Now, here's the thing. I don't know anything about The Last Ronin. I've read a bunch of the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics, but apparently this one is very violent, very bloody. So, apparently people are really super freaking excited about The Last Ronin. I don't know jack about it, but it sounds interesting. So, there you go. I don't get the Sydney Sweeney hype. I just don't understand. I'll say this. I totally understand. There are two reasons why Sydney Sweeney is a very hot commodity right now. But I don't get it either. I don't think I don't everything I've seen, I went, she seems very I don't know. She seems pretty vacant to me. It doesn't seem like a good actor. Now, again, I haven't seen much of what she's done. Talent-wise, I hadn't been impressed so far. I can see why she's very popular, because she's killer body, right? But I don't think she's that pretty. Like I just, she seems very okay, which is fine. Look, hey, here's the thing. There's going to be people that absolutely love her and think she's the hottest thing ever. But I also, there were a lot of actresses back in the day. She has a face. I mean, yeah. But there are a lot of people over the years that I go, I don't get it. I don't think she's that hot. I don't think he's that hot. I don't understand the fascination, but hey, whatever, you know? So, yeah. But Glenn Powell definitely has been on the rise. Of course, he's going to be in Twisters as well. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, look, I get it. I understand. I'll say she had some scenes on Euphoria, which she's in, that made the rounds, that are eye-opening, I'll say. But again, I don't know. Filbert, I made it. Also just got back seeing Civil War, finished review, and yeah, I felt the same. That part didn't feel earned. Didn't feel like there was a catalyst to cause that action. Thank you, Filbert. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's feeling that, you know? It's like, I felt like really I read so many reviews of this is a masterpiece and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, am I going to be the only guy on the internet that doesn't like this movie? But I'm glad that people are saying that you said that, and then, you know, others, Chris Stuckman. So I like that. So anyway, other than Sydney Sweeney, there's The Last Ronin. Does anybody care about a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, an R-rated, graphically violent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? Because they're doing it. Masterpiece gets thrown around way too much now. Well, that's also a byproduct of this culture that everything is either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. You know, me, I'm kind of like, I could probably say up until that point in the movie, I would have said this might be a masterpiece. But then that scene happened, and I was kind of like, eh. I remember being shocked when Raphael yelled out "damn" in the first TMNT movie. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, but apparently some people that love The Last Ronin have been saying, dude, this is going to be great. Yeah, hopefully Last Ronin will be good. I like the comic. Good. Maybe I ought to look into it. Maybe I ought to just go ahead and pick it up. Of course, they talked about If, right? Imaginary Friend, the Ryan Reynolds family thing. I mean, I'm kind of like, but April wants to see it, so I might go see that one. A Quiet Place Day 1, which when I heard they were doing like a prequel, I was like, okay. But apparently people are like, this movie is going to be freaking awesome. It looks really, really good. So I'm like, okay. Gladiator 2, people were mixed on Gladiator 2. Some people said, yeah, I wasn't blown away. And some people were like, okay, this movie, it's like everything you thought Gladiator was, what this movie is going to be, and it looks awesome. So I'm rooting for Ridley, right? I mean, I'm a Ridley fan. Of course, I'm rooting for Gladiator 2 because I love Ridley. So there's that. And then there's Transformers 1, where it's kind of like a reboot of Transformers, I think. I don't know, but it's animated. And Chris Hemsworth is going to be the guy. He's going to be Optimus, I guess. But the trailer premieres Thursday. So if you're interested, and some people were like, I saw some people say that they were really big on the art style, and some people were like, I don't know about this. And some people were saying that the tone of the story might be a little off-putting to fans. I don't know. I don't know anything about it other than that, what I just said. So we'll see. We'll see. Transformers 1 animated movie coming out sometime, and the trailer premieres Thursday. So that's Paramount. Oh, it's a prequel. Oh, okay. I thought it was a reboot. Okay, see, I completely got mixed up on that. Thank you, Caleb. I didn't know that. Rob, you got me into I got you into reading The Last Ronin. Read it through Comixology you were talking about. Oh, okay. So but you liked it. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. And finally, we got Disney. Now I know some people are really hell bent on Disney sucks. I hate Disney, F Disney, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm one of those people that say the last few years of content has not been great. So I'm kind of interested to see that now Bob Iger is back. Will things get back to some sort of normal with Disney? Like, where do they go from here? But here's the thing. Pretty much everyone said that Disney sucked last year, and the CinemaCon presentation sucked last year, and this year it was much better. So there. The one thing that I will say is that there was sort of the thing to start it off was that it was Deadpool and Wolverine walking down a sewer, right? So the camera's following them, and Deadpool says something like, so look, here's what I think is going to happen with Secret Wars. It's going to be, and as soon as he gets to that point, the phone rings, and Deadpool and Wolverine both turn around, and Wolverine starts cursing out the audience. Turn off your effing phone and blah, 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 right? And they said it started it off great, and it was like, holy crap, that was great. That was awesome. So people really like that. They showed off all kinds of things. And apparently they showed 75 minutes worth of footage during the Disney presentation. 35 minutes of that was for Inside Out 2. John Campea said that the first 5 minutes were kind of like, uh-oh. But then the last portion of their presentation for Inside Out 2 was like, this is going to be amazing. This is so great. I don't know if you've seen Inside Out, but it's great. It's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for it. So there you go. They showed off Moana. Of course, The Rock came out, talked about that. Live action Moana. I'm kind of like, okay. I liked Moana. The animated, the animated movie. I liked it. But I don't know. I'm kind of Mufasa they showed, and they were like, yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, we'll see. They showed off more about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. John Campea himself, in particular, was like really wowed by that footage and was like, holy crap, this is going to be really good. Alien Romulus was a big thing. And he said, really what Alien Romulus seems to be is if you mix the horror from Alien with the action from Aliens, that's what Alien Romulus seems like it's going to be. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what the trailer looked like to me. So I'm super excited for Alien Romulus. I think it's going to be awesome. It's probably my number one, like, I can't wait to see this movie. I'm so illogically pumped for that movie because I love the story of Fede Alvarez going, meeting Ridley Scott in a party, talking about Alien, and then Ridley Scott called him years later and said, "Hey, that thing that you were talking about at that party, you want to do it?" I think that's freaking cool. And yes, the Game Chasers, any ass eat. I'm not sure if there was any ass eat at CinemaCon, but I appreciate you saying that. Uh so yeah. Let me look here. Um of course they showed off they talked about Thunderbolts, which is sort of like an Avengers thing, but it's headed up by Florence Pugh, right? I don't know much about it, but there's an asterisk, and people are like, "What's that about?" And I'm like, "Who knows what that's about?" But apparently, Kevin Feige used the F word a lot in the CinemaCon presentation, which people said, man, it sounded weird hearing Kevin Feige say the F word. But there you go. Very excited about Deadpool and Wolverine, and they showed off like 9 minutes of that, and they said that it looks great, and he said it was like constant funny. And so, look, man, yeah, CinemaCon. There was just so much stuff there that I'm like, I really want to see that. I want to see the Running Man. Like, I want to see a new take at the Running Man because I've never read. If I'm not mistaken, that's one of the it comes. That's in different seasons, I think, and I don't think I ever read different seasons. But the Running Man story that Stephen King wrote is very different than what we got with the Arnold movie. So I'm interested in Edgar Wright of all peoples, one of my favorite directors. Like, I love Edgar Wright taking a crack at that story. I think is cool. Um, The Last Ronin really intrigues me. Gladiator 2, I'm pumped about. Alien Romulus, I'm pumped about. Twisters, I really want to see what the hell that's going to be about. Nosferatu, man, Robert Eggers, I like that guy. Ballerina sounds great. In the Gray sounds like fun. I want to see The Crow. I know. But I want to see that. And The Killer's Game sounds fun. Mickey 17, Super Slash Man. Come on, man. There's so many things. So many movies coming out in the next year. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully. But I'm also a pretty positive guy. So, take that. And hey, just for kicks, yes, it's Ricky's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, Ricky. I'm so glad that you're a part of the show, man. Seriously. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I've seen Disney bounce back a few times in my lifetime. Yeah. Disney historically has had good periods than bad than good. It's always been a wave. Yep. Moana was good, but I don't think there's been a live action remake I've enjoyed. I only watched The Jungle Book, and I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, when Rob had the long hair. That's right. Hey, happy birthday, you son of a. Yeah. Don't know if I trust John Campea. He has to say good things to get the access he has. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure about that. The thing that I like about Campea is that he has multiple different people on, including Robert Meyer Burnett, who I really respect as just a guy who knows what he's talking about. And so he's one of those people that, even though, like say a movie comes out that is charged, whether it's left versus right or whatever, he's usually very like in the middle about it. And he usually says, I get that people are upset about this or that or whatever, but I want to judge a movie when it comes out. And I think that most people should do that. Like, you see a trailer for example, The Crow. You see the trailer for The Crow and you go, "Oh, I hate that. I think that's the worst thing ever." I'm not saying that that's an invalid statement, but I'm saying that I've seen really bad trailers for awesome movies before. So for me, I say wait until you actually see the movie, because I've also seen really good trailers for crap movies. So, just saying. We should wait. We should wait to see. I don't think I could ever really hate Disney. I mean, I don't either. I've been disappointed, but I like I'm personally I'm irritated that Star Wars was handled so poorly for so long. But it seems like we're in a place of they're willing to try some things, and I think that's cool. We'll see what happens. I don't know how much Kathleen Kennedy is to blame, but I can tell you that most of the problem was this: we want 3 movies from you: 2015, 2017, 2019. Oh, and by the way, we want more movies in the middle too. So we had a movie every year. Did we? Oh, we skipped 2018 because they wanted it right after The Last Jedi. What I'm trying to say is you don't create by setting dates. You create when you have something, you have a story to tell. They didn't have a story to tell. And that's the biggest issue. I feel like they've learned their lesson a little bit with that, but we'll see. We'll see how something like The Acolyte, which is another one where I saw the trailer and was like, yeah, it looks fine. And there are people that freaking went nuts and said this is terrible and it's going to be the shittiest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, what'd you see? Because I saw that and went, I don't know, could be, but it's a trailer, man. It's just a trailer. Who cares? Watch the thing before you make a judgment call. I saw the Andor trailer and was like, this is going to be bad. And that show's awesome. So, just saying. I don't know. But Disney is one of those where I feel like they could come back. From what I've heard, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks amazing. Inside Out 2, of course, I'm always rooting for Pixar because I think Pixar is amazing. Alien Romulus looks badass, and Deadpool and Wolverine looks really, really freaking funny. So there you go. Live action Mulan is better than what people said. Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see any of those. The live action Mowgli movie was even better. Oh, well, there you go. See, I never saw that one either. Looking forward to 2024 horror: Terrifier 3, Maxine, Nosferatu, Abigail. Oh yeah, Abigail is that Lionsgate too? Cuckoo and Longlegs. Abigail looks interesting. That's the girl tied up, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll see it, but deep down, I know I won't like it. Like a liver and sauerkraut sandwich. I'm sure some people will like it, but I know I won't like it. Well, again, I really feel like The Crow as a story shouldn't be confined to 1994. And it shouldn't be confined to Brandon Lee. I love Brandon Lee. And I think Brandon Lee was amazing in that role. And it is unbelievably sad what happened to him during the filming of this movie. But I also feel like the story of The Crow is one of those where it feels like it could take place in any time period. And like, I would love to see a version of The Crow that takes place in the Old West or the 1940s, 30s, with Tommy guns and shit, right? Or go even further back. You could have, take it place in Japan. I mean, there are probably movies like that in Japan right now, that are basically The Crow, but you know what I mean? But I mean, seriously, the Crow as a thematically seems like it's built for so much more than just Brandon Lee, this guy in 1994 comes back to life. Crow brings back somebody dead and right the wrongs, all that kind of stuff. I love T-Pain. I love T-Pain too, actually. I like T-Pain. What can I say? I like T-Bird, Fun Boy, right? Amazing movie. But I don't think that needs to be the only thing, right? I feel like it could be It's just my opinion. But I'm just saying. Whoa, whoa. I'm behind again. Rufus, did I say hi, Rufus? Hi, Rufus. How's it going? I was one of those. The Sith shouldn't be in the Acolyte because in episode 1 it said they had been hidden for 1,000 years. Well, but what if the Sith wipe out everybody that knows about what? Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Any other trailers come to mind you hated but loved the movie, or vice versa? I mean, there's tons of them. There's tons of them. I'll tell you this, and this might be unpopular, but Independence Day was one of those trailers. Like, I talk about this thing. I've talked about it before. I don't know if I've talked about it recently. But there's this thing about certain movies, right? Where a certain thing will happen and you'll almost get like, I almost get this, you know how like, I know I'm not speaking in complete sentences. I'm sorry. You're driving in a car, riding in a car. Most of the time this happened to me when I was younger, when I wasn't paying attention, and we go over this hill and you get the almost like butterflies in your stomach, but that feeling of like, oh my God, and this, but you also get that feeling when you're excited and when it's like, oh my God, that was so awesome. That happens in movies for me, right? One of my favorite examples of this is in The Dark Knight. Okay. The Dark Knight, when the cop comes up to the truck and he goes, hey man, you can't park here. And the Joker comes out of nowhere and shoots the shotgun. And I seriously almost came out of my chair because I'm a Joker. I love the Joker. Okay. So when that happened, it was like, oh my God, that's like my Joker. That's the Joker that I've been waiting to see my entire life. Oh my God, that Joker, oh my God. Independence Day. The trailer for Independence Day was like that for me. I thought this was going to be the holy crap, blow my tits off. This movie is going to be the baddest thing ever. Now, I saw that movie like 3 or 4 times during its theatrical release, but that movie is booty. That movie is poop. It's poop. 'Tis poop. It's not a good movie. I'm sorry. It's got moments of very, very entertaining stuff, but man, that movie is so like, it's so idiotic in so many different parts. So Independence Day, a poop? Yeah. Independence Day is one of those movies where the trailer made it think, I thought, I'm a male. I might have a child while I watch this movie because it's so awesome. And I didn't. So take that, Roland Emmerich. I'm just saying. Fede Alvarez is directing Romulus Wraith. He did the Evil Dead remake. He's done a few different things that I haven't seen yet, but I just love the story. So yeah, Filbert. I mean, I'd have to really think about some of those, but those are the examples. Like that, to me, Independence Day was a trailer that, I mean, seriously made me ridiculously excited. And I was so let down by that movie. And it's only the gap between what I expected and what the movie is has widened over the years to where now I can't watch Independence Day. I think it's, do I own Independence Day? I don't know if I own Independence Day anymore. If I do, it's on DVD. I don't own it on Blu-ray. But it's been that long. So, anyway. I hope Acolyte doesn't pull something stupid like the Jedi covered it up, so it's technically a dark Jedi, not a Sith. See, here's the weird thing, and this is another, Caleb, again, hey, speculate. I'm not a speculator anymore because, again, it all ties together, right? All the things that I say, all the stupid things maybe that I say, but I say I don't want any. I want as few expectations when I watch a thing as possible. I try to watch as few trailers as possible. Like the Acolyte, I don't want to see another trailer. If they come out with another trailer, I'm not watching. So I already know, yeah, I'm going to watch it. It's going to happen, right? So why do I need to see another trailer that's going to ruin more things? I don't like to speculate because, again, when it comes to watching the thing, I don't want to be comparing it to something it can never actually be. So if I've speculated, oh, it's this or that, ooh, what is that? What is this? What is that? I don't want to think about that stuff when I'm watching it. I want the story to wash over me. I want the movie, when I go watch a movie, I want to let the movie work. If the movie works, then I don't have to worry about that. And I don't and the funny thing is, The Rise of Skywalker is probably the cleanest I'd ever been. Like I think I saw the first trailer, but then I didn't watch anything else. And it was the most even keel as I have ever been watching a Star Wars movie. I was ready for anything. And I had very few expectations other than, oh man, I hope they actually build on what the last movie did. That movie tore me apart so many times that it's hard to, yeah. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I like chicken wings a lot. They're good. By the way, after the show tonight, I'm going to Whataburger because I have to stop eating when I wake up tomorrow. So I'm going to have one last good dinner. Or good. I'm having Whataburger is what I'm doing because I'm already hungry again and I'm having Whataburger after the show. So take that. But yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say, Caleb, is I don't speculate anymore. I don't want to think about what may or may not work until I see the show, because if I see the show and they explain it in a way that makes sense to me, I'll be cool with it. But I don't want to be sitting here going, "Oh, what if they do?" No, I don't do that. Because if they don't do that thing and my idea is better than theirs, is it fair to somebody who created a story that you think your idea is better, but you're comparing it against something that can never happen? It's not like they're going to come to you and go, "Oh, I hear that you had an idea for the Acolyte that's better than the one that we just did. Why don't you come on in and we'll make that one instead?" They're not going to do that. It's never going to happen. It's never happened in the history of everything. So at that point, you're comparing it to get something that can never happen. So why do it in the first place? Why waste the energy speculating on things that can never happen? Because if they do exactly what you, here's the thing, that's the best case scenario, is that they do exactly what you say, what you think in your mind. As this is what, and I'm not talking directly to you, Count, but that's the best case scenario. In which case you're sitting there going, "Oh, okay, so they did that then. Okay. Oh, and they did that. Okay. Then there's no surprises here. I might as well have worked on the movie or on the show because they're doing everything that I said." So I don't see the benefit anymore of speculating, because now all that does is set me up for disappointment. And I don't like being disappointed. I'd rather let the director, writer, all the actors, whatever, I'd rather let them disappoint me than me disappoint myself. I don't know. Look, man, do what you want. Okay? It's America. I mean, if you live in America. Bucho's not in America, but hi, Bucho. But you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Hope everyone is well. Rufus, I hope you're well, sir. I hope you're doing okay. Have you seen the new X-Men 97? Where'd that go? Am I that far behind? Holy crap, how'd you guys let me talk so much? Right now, in my opinion, this is the best thing for Marvel since Endgame. Wow, those are big words. Those are big words that are hard to say. Not really. I don't think anything was more than 3 syllables. But what I'm trying to say here is, wow. No, I haven't. And the thing is I haven't seen any of those previous X-Men things. Do I have to watch those to get what's going on here? Because I didn't watch the old X-Men show. I would check out Mowgli on Netflix. Okay. The last episode was amazing. Holy crap. Wow, okay. Caveman Crow. Why not? A crow during the Tommy Gun era, I would be all into that. I mean, there's so many ways that it could go. There's so many different avenues because that's how, like, as soon as I saw that trailer, I thought, okay, so they've taken the idea of the crow and plopped it into today's tattoo, TikTok, urban kind of grungy from today era. And I thought, okay, well, this might be cool. I like the fact that they're not trying to be anything but like accurate to the story. The you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Are you gonna watch the Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead reboot? I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if I've seen the original. So no, it wasn't exactly something that was on my radar, except for the fact that Keith Coogan was tweeting about it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He was there, so he's probably in it at some point. But nah, it's not on my list. It's the prequel to a story that never happened. Are you talking about the Acolyte? Possibly. There are exceptions, but I generally hate when people tie a character to an actor. Well, yeah, exactly, Filbert. You're talking about Brandon Lee. Yeah, but I mean, to a lot of people, that's maybe the only thing they ever saw Brandon Lee as is The Crow. So making another movie without him, that can't be done. I mean, I understand it. I totally get what you're saying, but I also understand their point of view too. I don't know. I say if you're a fan of the comic, which I was, um, because that's what intrigued me. Brandon Lee, of course, was intriguing and captivating because you knew that this was the last time you were going to see him. But it's the story I kept coming back to. The story was intriguing to me. And you can see it in a lot of movies that I liked from that time period. They were very similar. Bram Stoker's Dracula is another movie about, I mean, it's basically The Crow, except he's a vampire. He kind of comes back and he doesn't right any wrongs. He doesn't blow up a guy in a Thunderbird. What I'm trying to say is that thematically, there's very similar themes there. Thematically. Sometimes I have trouble with words, and sometimes we just have to go with it. So there you go. I like the Infinity War trailer, but didn't like the movie. Vice versa, I didn't like the Han Solo trailers, but I liked the Solo movie. There you go. Those are great. Those are great examples. Although I remember being fine with the Infinity War trailer and really liking Infinity War. But I overthink things. I overthink things. Possibly. Maybe that's the problem. Because I overthink things, I tend to not speculate. Because if I speculate, then I'm going to be sitting there going, okay, I'm comparing it to something that can never happen. And therefore, I'm doing a disservice to the writer, to the director, to the actors, the people who worked on that movie, because I'm judging it based on something that doesn't exist. So, what would I rather do? But yeah, you're probably right. I agree it is an awful movie, but guilty pleasure, mostly because I've seen it so young, and some of the campy movements are so dumb, like punching the alien. Oh, Independence Day? Yeah. It is a guilty pleasure, but you know what? That's the thing. I'm fine with people saying, yeah, I mean, I love that movie. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I have movies that I love that I'm almost embarrassed to say I love. But guess what? Here's the thing. Doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think on for the movies that I love, and it doesn't matter what I think when I say that I think Independence Day is bad. But that's fine. What's wrong with tying Harrison Ford to Indiana Jones or Han? There's nothing wrong with it, but eventually Harrison Ford will die unless he's an alien, in which case, hey, keep making those Indiana Jones movies. But from my perspective is I don't think that there's a problem with an actor coming in and taking over a role. I don't think so. For example, Black Panther. Do you think it was right? Some people liked Black Panther, some people didn't. Some people liked Wakanda Forever, some people didn't. I still haven't seen it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, do you think it was right for them to basically retire the T'Challa character in the Marvel Universe? or should they have recast Chadwick Boseman? There you go. Because what you're doing, what you're doing, I can't remember who. Zeno, is that Zeno there with the characters, making me try to remember off the top of my head. It's hard to do, but you're talking about tying Harrison Ford to Indiana Jones and Han Solo movies that, I mean, for Star Wars, he was Han Solo for 5 movies. Do you count Rise of Skywalker? I guess you do. 5 movies. Indiana Jones for 5 movies. Brandon Lee, only 1 movie. I'm just saying, at what point is it okay to tie an actor to a character? I don't know. But for me, I would be fine if they redid Indiana Jones. I would be. I actually made the case the other day that maybe they should redo the entire Star Wars trilogy as animated movies. Why not? For me, remakes, reboots, all of that stuff is fine as long as you have passion behind the storytelling. If you don't have passion behind the storytelling and it's simply being made to, cash in on nostalgia or whatever, that's not a reason to make a movie. The reason that you want to make a movie is you want a guy like Fede Alvarez who is passionate about a story and wants to tell that story. It's somebody like Tony Gilroy who comes into with Andor and says, I have a story to tell. I'm passionate about this story and I want to tell it. That's what I want. In every IP, that's what should be the focus. Good storytelling, period. In which case, all bets are off to me. Do whatever you want. If you've got a good story, I'm in. But some people don't like that. And that's fine. That's fine. But that's my take on it. Because I don't think that unless you're the Star Wars sequels, the new movie doesn't really destroy what came before. The sequels kind of do that. But anyway. I loved ID4. Me and friends were high-fiving and doing mule kicks afterwards. Same as after Mortal Kombat. Mule kicks. Wow. See, that's one of those where at the time I was probably like, everybody's like really enjoying this. Okay, all right, yeah, it's not bad. Will Smith, yeah, welcome to Earth. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like it. I like it. Yeah, but over time, this hole of dislike kept growing and growing until I'm like, I can't believe they hooked a computer to an alien ship and got it to this stupid. That's dumb. I'm sorry. That's dumb. I can't. Some movies, granted, are meant to just be a good time, right? Let's not go into, but that one for me is there are moments of brilliance and moments of sheer stupidity for me. But that's okay. That's okay. But I'm glad that you liked it. Mortal Kombat is another one where I liked it because I wanted to have friends. And my friends liked it. So I was like, okay. I got in the habit of I see a trailer I'm really liking, I will literally walk out of the theater into the hallway. Less is always better if it's something you'll like. And I hate trailers that show too much. Keep it to the first 15 minutes. I agree, Filbert. See, most of the time I'm so clued into what movies are coming out or whatever, unless I don't know what it is, I usually try to not watch them. It's part of the reason why I don't like doing reaction. I wouldn't like doing reaction videos anyway, other than the fact they claim my entire video. That's great. But no, I don't need to know more. Like, I don't need to see the trailer for Rebel Moon Volume 2, Chapter 2, the Scargiver, right? Is that what it's called? I don't need to see the trailer to that to know that, yeah, I'm probably going to watch it. I might hate myself afterward, but I don't need to see anything else. I'm going to watch it. So you got me. And the Scargiver, look, I'm going to tell you this right now. If that movie is as bad as the first one is, I'm not doing a review on it. Just not. No, I don't like doing movie or reviews where it sounds like I'm just bitching all the time. I hate that. I hate it. But anyway, it's got to connect well with the movies for me. That's probably why I have expectations. And so far, a lot of the new stuff just feels out of place. Possibly. Not Waterburger. What a burger. What a fantastic burger this was. I hate the fact that there's people that call it Waterburger, including my wife. Hope they make Desperado and Dust Till Dawn in 4K. I have no reason to think that they wouldn't at some point. I think it's fair. It requires listening to the fans. I personally believe, majority of fans, I should say. Not sure what you're talking about there. And now I have to think about what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe we're talking about Acolyte still. I'll say this. I've gotten to the point where I don't think anyone should listen to the fans ever again about anything. Don't listen to fans. Who's buying what? That should be the key. I'm sorry, but that should be the key. Because they listened to the fans for the sequel trilogy or for Rise of Skywalker, and it ended up being a wet fart. Worse than a wet fart. A wet fart in someone else's pants that you have to deal with. And it stained your brand new car. Yeah, that's what Rise of Skywalker is. It's a wet fart that somebody did in your car, your brand new car. So, yeah, I don't think the worst thing that to me that a fan could say or anyone could say, the worst thing ever. No. The worst thing that a fan could say about anything movie related or whatever is no one asked for this. We've talked about this. No one asked for this. Okay. No one asked for the original Star Wars either. No one wanted Star Wars when it came out. No studio wanted to back it. So, from my perspective, I'll say this. I have heard people's ideas about what they thought they think that the sequel trilogy should be, and I go, that sounds like 10 times worse than what we got. Like, that sounds awful. Like, I don't understand if they wanted, Han, Luke, and Chewie and Leia just sitting around a table going, hey, remember that thing that we did that was so cool? Yeah, no, that doesn't make a good movie. You have to have conflict. Look, the sequel trilogy, look, it's let's call a mulligan on it. We can't talk about it. In fact, Star Wars has gotten to that point where I'm so irritated with not just what we get in general, but the constant you suck if you like this, or I hate this, so you should hate it too. I hate that crap. I don't like that kind of, that's not fun. It makes it a chore to like or to even try to talk about it. So I don't like talking about it. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm done. I like Solo. I think it's fine. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I liked portions of The Last Jedi. Portions. There are things about The Last Jedi that I think are absolutely brilliant, and there are others. So it's basically The Last Jedi has the highest highs and the lowest lows. Some of the lowest lows. I think Rise of Skywalker is below the worst part of The Last Jedi for me. But it's just I don't think fans know what they want. Not Gary. Hi, I'm way behind. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so behind. Okay, let's get caught up because, well, we don't have any more news. It's just been me bitching for the last 20 minutes, so I should probably just read what you guys have to say. No, you don't have to watch the old X-Men show. I did to get ready, but don't need to. Okay, cool. I will check it out at some point. In fact, I'm gonna watch Fallout tomorrow, during my colon evacuation process. Yeah. Thursdays. I mean, tomorrow's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I might sell this new PC to build an even stronger one. Do it. If you didn't watch the original show, you should be fine. The writers for the show need to be writing everything for Marvel right now. Wow. Okay. I mean, that makes me excited for the show. I was playing Magic with my buddy earlier, and he said, "Well, there you go," and my brain went right to you. Thanks, Rufus. They fired the X-Men '97 creator and showrunner Bo DeMayo, so if season 2 happens, may not be as good. Black Panther was really good. I still need to watch the sequel. I didn't watch the sequel. It's just never got around to it. The Crow's in my top 5 movies with Bird's name in the title. Falcon and the Winter, no. I like birds. I like birds, except for the drones. I don't like the drones. 3 Days of the Condor. Good one. Good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He actually listed out ones. Okay, good. They should do Heir to the Empire and other legacy books as animated movies. Now that I would be fine with. It's the idea of, oh, that's what they should have done for the movies. No, because I think a lot of the Zahn trilogy it felt like fan fiction to me. There's some amazing stuff in those stories. Amazing stuff. But some of it was bad. Okay? That, again, people have their opinion about the sequel trilogy, about, oh, The Last Jedi sucked. Oh, yeah? Well, I think some of The Last Command was dog shit. So, that's my opinion. Now, here's the funny thing. I read the first Thrawn book that he did for canon, thinking this is probably going to be terrible and it's going to make me just completely write off Timothy Zahn for the rest of my life. It was awesome. Awesome. So the thing is I just didn't like I'll say this, that Zahn trilogy turned me off so bad that I quit reading any of the expanded universe. Couldn't stand it. It irritated me so bad. Oh, Shadows of the Empire, the game? Oh, that's going to be in the expanded universe? Okay, I'm out. I didn't play it. I still have never played it. There are so many things, and I know there's a lot of people probably going, "Whoa, what?" I didn't, because I could not stand that feeling of just fan fiction-y crap. It didn't feel like it came from to me, the Star Wars trilogy had depth. The original trilogy had depth. These felt like like a tree, a beautiful tree with leaves, right? And some of these stories were snow hanging off a branch. They were side stories. They didn't make any sense. They didn't matter to anything else. They didn't have any stakes. I didn't care for them. But again, there are things about the Zahn trilogy that were awesome, but a lot of it, didn't like it. So I didn't mean to like completely shit on that, but I'll say this: you want to do them as animated movies? Cool, I'll watch them. I'll give them a chance. Dark Empire, people went all over like crazy about Dark Empire and Dark Empire 2. They suck. I own them. They suck. I don't like them at all. They're so bad. But that's my opinion. So there you go. There you go. Black Swan, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Maltese Falcon, The Crow, and Condor Man. I've never seen Condor Man. No Iron Eagle? Oh, good one. Good one. Iron Eagle's a good. Iron Eagle, look, Iron Eagle is also one of those where, man, it's got some problems. And it's very 80s. But it's still kind of fun. And I like it. But it might just be nostalgia talking. I'm just saying. You say it like Waterburger. I don't say Waterburger. I don't say Waterburger. What a burger. What a burger. What a burger. What a burger. And nobody's going to that restaurant. I'm not going to Waterburger. Waterburger. Oof, disagree on not listening to fans. That was them just throwing poop at the wall. Well, I mean, it is exhausting to certain people who have the mindset you must know they hate something. It is exhausting to certain people who have the mindset you must know. Oh, well, yeah. I just, look, there is a middle ground, Caleb. But again, what trumps anything, fan fiction, what trumps like fan theories, all that stuff, it's a story. A story well told. That's what I want. And that is what Tony Gilroy has given me. A guy who came out and said, I'm not a fan of Star Wars. I don't really like it. I just had a story to tell. And I told it in this universe. And it works beautifully, in my opinion. I think it works great. I would rather have that. I would rather have a passionate storyteller telling a story in an IP than a fan almost any day of the week. Now, if those things aren't mutually exclusive. So there could be a fan who's really super freaking talented and a good storyteller with a story to tell. Like Fede Alvarez, apparently. I mean, Fede Alvarez appears to be this kind of a super fan, like almost obsessive super fan, but he's also got this really great story with a great hook and a great setting, everything. It's like the perfect package. It's what you want. But on top of everything else, it's not the fan part of him that I'm interested in. I don't care that you loved Alien and Aliens. I don't. What I care is, do you know how to tell a story? Because that's going to get me where I want to go. So that's my opinion. I would rather have a good storyteller over a fan any day of the week. If they can be the same thing, great. But that may be rare, you know? So there you go. Disney's done right and wrong on it. I just personally think they have to respect the established lore more. Oh, well, absolutely. Jody, welcome. Hi, how's it going? But no, Caleb, I agree with that too. Especially when it comes to okay, how about respect your own your own trilogy? There are things in 9 where JJ went against something he said in 7. He also, there were things that I mean, there are many things that negated what happened in 8. But in 7, oh no, that happened in 8. Never mind. Yeah, but yes, no, I agree with you. When you just talk about a movie in this case and they insert that movie sucks comments. Oh yeah. Speaking of the Star Wars, last week you wondered if I started season 3 of Bad Batch yet. I have now, up to episode 3, and it's good stuff. I should walk into the office with a butt plug for the lulz. I think I'll be completely cleaned out by then. I'll be like an empty straw. Just, man, I bet you if you blew into my mouth, my butthole would go like that. That's what it would be like. You know, like if somebody that was gross. Sorry. All right. The old colon cleanse. Doesn't the new stuff feel like fan fiction though? It does to me personally. What stuff? Okay. Chrome, you can F right off, okay? I didn't need you. I'm trying to click on the thing. But what stuff, Caleb? Because a lot of that stuff is, I don't feel is that great. The only one that I feel like Andor is the best thing since the original trilogy. Maybe since, I'd have to watch it again. But it may be better than Return of the Jedi. But I'm pretty sure I can safely say it's the best thing since the original trilogy. Period. No problem saying that. But everything else has been very hit or miss for me. But at the same time, they took Mandalorian in a different direction than I wanted them to. I wanted the Mandalorian to be Kung Fu, but in the Star Wars universe. Every week you get into a different adventure. Don't worry about building this overarching story. I didn't need that. What I wanted was a good, fun show, entertaining show set in the Star Wars universe. Go into a new town and you got a new set of things to do. That's what I wanted. And that's not what we got. And I don't need everything to connect. And I don't need everything to be explained. I don't need to know Yoda's last name. I don't need to know what planet he's from. I don't need to know his favorite color. I don't need to know I don't need to know that shit. I just don't. I'm I'm fine. I don't need to have every single thing explained to, you know? And that's the problem with what they've done up to this point is that they go, okay, these are the movies we have. There's space in between these movies. What can we tell? What story can we tell here? Stop doing, I mean, just that's why the Acolyte excites me because it's before everything. So it can do anything. And I don't know. We'll see. Or it could be complete ass, you know? It could be it could be ass burgers. Ass burgers. Like a burger, but it's ass. Thanks, Billy, for that one. It could be ass burgers. So we'll see. I went through all that trouble to make a dumb joke about Condor Man being a better bird name movie than those classics, and Rob just skipped over it. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I saw that I'm at 7:27 p.m. on Friday. That's not true though. Uh uh I'm sorry about skipping your joke. I can't find it now. Bro, check the tape, bro. You totally say Waterburger when you're not intentionally exaggerating the what. Whataburger. 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 Not Waterburger. My wife says Waterburger. I say Whataburger. There's no R in there. Whataburger. How about I want to go to that's what I want to go to. Can I get the number 2? Where are you, sir? I'm at the yeah, that's spell that for me. Mighty Ducks is a movie where I'd be okay with a reboot or remake. Me, maybe. I came up with the perfect one. I watched The Last Starfighter the other night and thought, this is perfect. This is a perfect movie to remake. You can do a sequel if you want. You could totally do a sequel. But that movie is a killer idea with really bad effects. Like really super dated effects. I mean, when they come to Rylos, when they come to Rylos, it looks like the outside of an avocado with some metal on the outside of it. That's how detailed it is. It looks like the outside of an avocado. It looks terrible. But again, this was 1984. It was amazing for 1984. And the thing is, I love the story. But to do that with updated effects would be awesome. So yeah, redo the movie, like remake it. I think it'd be great. But that's just me. But if you want to do a sequel, do a sequel. Do it. If Rob Zombie is doing a remake and you had to pick out what movie would you choose? Alien, The Terminator, or Jaws? I can't say that. Carbonite, I hate everything about that statement. I seriously have never liked a Rob Zombie movie. There's not a Rob Zombie movie on the list that in his filmography that I like. So, oof, that's a rough one. Yeah, Rob Zombie casting there. It's funny. I've got the actual chat going on over here, and then I've got the I'm way behind chat over here. It's weird. But yeah, Rob Zombie casting his wife as the shark. Yeah. I don't know if anything will top Return of the Jedi for me since that's the specific one I grew up watching with my dad. Absolutely. And that's I mean, look, everybody's got their favorite, and I will never say that oh, your favorite movie sucks. I will never ever say that. There are movies that I don't like. and there's movies that I think are bigger disappointments. Independence Day was a disappointment to me. And the older I get, the more disappointing it is. Because they had everything there. All the stuff was there. But man, you're connecting a Mac to an alien. Okay, an alien ship. I don't know, man. It just. And again, you might think of when Mark Hamill is talking to Conan O'Brien, right? And he's telling a story about Harrison Ford and about what Harrison Ford thinks about this or that. And he goes, "It's not that kind of movie, kid." Yeah, that's what Independence Day is. You're not meant to think that hard in Independence Day. I understand that, but it's just not for me. And that's why I say things now like it's not for me. Instead of, I think that movie is absolute trash and I think it should be burned. Every copy should be found, located, and burned in the same hill where all the ET cartridges, Atari cartridges are yeah, just burn them, bury them, stop it. I don't feel that strongly about most movies. Independence Day is a movie where I'm like, yeah, it's like a 2.5. It's fine. It's entertaining. It's fine, but it's not, to me, that's not good sci-fi. But there you go. It's fine. It's fine. I need to stop talking bad about Independence Day because that's a lot of people like that movie, and I'm sorry. Alien versus the Terminator versus Jaws. I mean to see, I would love to see a Terminator. He's in the helicopter and he's got the right, and he's got the minigun, and just Jaws comes out of the, and he's like, and then he's like, oh, where is it? And then Jaws just comes out of the freaking water and just eats the entire helicopter. Can I have that movie, please? Boba Fett was the worst offender of feeling like fan fiction. Obi-Wan was a mishmash of things that didn't mix either. Boba Fett and Obi-Wan are bad. They're just bad. Obi-Wan, I was really... There are, again, moments of greatness in both of those series. Ahsoka wasn't that great either. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Sherry Moon Zombie is playing Sarah Ripley's. Oh, no. No. Nope. Oh, God. It's Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor. Yeah, somebody said Ellen. Yep. Carbonette said Ellen. Yeah, okay. You caught yourself. Alien versus Familian. Now that, I could see that. I could see that. Is Ready Player One still getting a sequel? There's a book. There is a book, but I don't, isn't there? I didn't read it. I read the first book or wait, did I? I don't think I ever read the first book. I don't know. I love the Last Starfighter though. Yeah, Ricky, see, that's the thing. I bought it. I bought it on Blu-ray. I enjoy that movie. But a lot of that is nostalgia, and watching it again, it made me realize how many opportunities there are to make this thing awesome, because it's such a great concept. It's a great concept, and I love a lot of it. But man, it's rough to watch as in 2024. It's like, wow, that looks bad. Bad. So, I mean, like I said, I feel like that's a movie, and it wasn't that successful. It wasn't a huge movie back in the day. It became huge on cable. So from my perspective, that is the perfect kind of movie that you go, hey, we have a lot of respect for this story. This story is amazing. There were a lot of problems with budget. We didn't have the money to complete the set for the final thing when he blows up all the... Let's make it good. Zur is kind of dumb. I will say that. Zur is kind of dumb. With the scepter, I'm mad. Kashing, why? That's what? No. Change that. Update that. Make that not so stupid. But I love it. I still love that movie. But there's some dumb shit in there. And I feel like they could update it and make it cool. There's the top 5 list with Condor Man at number 1, ahead of Maltese Falcon, Cuckoo's Nest. Probably one of the top 5 jokes in the history of World 42 chats, to be honest. Bucho, I don't even know what Condor Man is. I don't. What about Birdman? Does that count? That was a good movie. Bird on a Wire? Does that count? Or does it have to be a specific type of bird? I almost said style of bird. Yeah. You did jump back to it, to be fair and honest and pure and just. Okay, good. Are you talking about the original Independence Day, Goldblum and Smith? Yeah. Yeah, Ricky. Yes, I am. Yeah. The wet hair thing Mark Hamill said was hilarious. Biggest hot take here. I find All Stars meh. Filbert, dude, I can't say anything. There are so many fandoms where I go, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, you have to understand. I came online at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. I am predisposed to loving the world of Star Wars. Literally, my first memory is the Star Destroyer going overhead and the probe droids coming out of the Star Destroyer to try to find the rebels. And it goes to Hoth, and there's a Tauntaun. Luke's on top of it, and he, Echo 3 to Echo 7. Hey, Honnold, buddy, you read me? Yeah, sure thing, kid. There's more thing. Dude? I'm. Oh my god, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because it was one of the first things I ever saw. I love it. I love it with a passion. Okay, so I get that. I understand. Doctor Who, I don't understand it. Fast and Furious, don't get it. Don't understand. I don't understand it. There's so many things that I don't get. But that's all good. There are probably things that you love that I'll go, I don't get it. Like, here's the thing. I love, and let me underline this. I love Game Dave. Okay. Dave is a special guy. I really like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and Batman, but holy crap, that dude is wow into it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Like, I love those things, but I don't love them man, if you saw his place, you'd go, whoa. Like, wow. Like, whoa. What's his name? Shaggy. Yeah. Whoa. Or Joey from... Anyway. Anyway. Sorry. What if we replaced every female role with Rob Zombie's wife? I would stop watching movies and start reading more. Like, why do we need Death Stars? Just push an asteroid into a planet. 1 million times cheaper, harder to notice. That's what they did in Last Starfighter. I agree. I mean, that's not a bad thing there. Not a bad. Last Starfighter really is just a nostalgia movie. I wouldn't mind a remake of The Wraith. It could use one with modern technology. The Wraith. Is that the one? Wait, I'm thinking of Wraith. Wait a minute. What is that? I might not have ever seen this movie. The Wraith. 1986. 1986. I don't know why I said it like that. Charlie Sheen, Nick Cassavetes, Jamie Bosian, Sherilyn Fenn, Vicky Benson, Randy Quaid. Never seen this movie. Never seen it. So, I don't know. Sherilyn Fenn was... Wow. Oh, it's like oh, that's actually kind of a cool car. Is that what the car looks like? Because that's kind of neat. It reminds me of kind of like an Acura. Oh, here. Sorry, I should be doing this. It's kind of neat. It looks like a, what is it? Acura NSX? It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. But no, I've never seen it. Michael Keaton Birdman or Harvey Birdman? I was thinking Michael Keaton Birdman. A remake of Explorers or Flight of the Navigator? I'll say this. Explorers, The Explorers is one of those movies that I saw multiple times when I was a kid, but I barely remember that movie. I don't know why. That's River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, and Steven. I don't know who it is. But no, I don't remember The Explorers. But yeah, probably. Flight of the Navigator? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that's it. That's it. Caleb, gotcha. Shouldn't our hair be wet? That's when Harrison said, "It ain't that type of movie, kid." Gotcha. I didn't know what you meant. But yes, possibly. Possibly Explorers, possibly Flight of the Navigator. I mean, why not? I want to get into Doctor Who. I've tried, man. I've tried to get into Doctor Who and I can't. I you know what it is? There's a when effects are, and it's budget related, right? I should probably feel more I should understand more about budgetary restraints. But I watch Doctor Who and I go, those effects look like something I made in 4th grade. And that's bad. And I don't like it. And that happens with me for a lot of movies where I watch it and I go, I can't do it. The effects take me out of it. It takes me out of the story so much. It rips me out. And now all I can see is bad things. So may or may not like it, 50-50 chance. Well, you never know. 50-50. Man, there's a busting. Oh my God. I understand what really matters though. Timothy Chalamet. Look, here's the thing. I did that as a joke, right? It was in my iPad. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I got to take, I was sitting there with April in there, I was looking on my iPad and I said, oh, I got to take these Timothy Chalamet photos out of my photo library. People might think I'm a little, little strange or whatever. And she goes, why would you take those out? He's beautiful. And I went, I mean, you're not wrong. Here's the thing. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet is annoyingly talented and kind of gorgeous. I'm just saying it. Just saying it. So, Flight of the Navigator, man. Compliance. I used to love that movie, man. I watched that movie a lot more than Explorers. I've watched Explorers like a lot, but I don't remember it. That one I don't remember. Third lead in Explorers was some kid called Ethan Hawke. Oh. Was it Will Wheaton, Ethan Hawke, and is that real? Is that right? You're kidding me. Is that right? Wow, it has been a long time since I saw it. Ethan Hawke, River Phoenix. Is it Will Wheaton? Who's the other kid? It's not Will Wheaton. Bobby, is that? Okay, so it's Ethan. See, I was thinking. Okay, for some reason I thought Ethan Hawke was Will Wheaton. That's how long it's been since I've seen it. So who's the other kid? I don't know who the other kid is. How'd you like that on your resume? I was the other kid in Explorers. I can't get into Doctor Who either. I keep trying. Yeah. This might sound odd, but I think some shows make better video games. I don't like the Walking Dead show, but love the Telltale game. I think I'd enjoy the Doctor Who game they made. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I really enjoyed the Walking Dead show for a while before it was like, wow, it was a character that they killed off and I went, nope. My favorite character. Why'd you kill him off? Because now I'm angry and bye. And then I watched a couple more episodes and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with this show anyway. I've watched how many seasons? Yeah. Was there a movie April walked out or wanted to walk out of? Yes. We walked out of it together. And ever since, I've never seen the end of The Lady Killers, starring Tom Hanks. I don't know. For me, I was like, this is just not hitting for me right now. She was angry at all the cursing because there was a lot of cursing in that movie. And she was just not feeling it. We almost walked out. This is one I don't understand. I don't understand why we stayed for this movie because I could feel from her, I could feel that I want to get out of here. But I just kind of sat there. South Park. And it was pretty funny all the way up until the kid that kept saying that God was a bitch or whatever. You know, all that stuff. And I could feel the like, oh shit, we're not, I can't remember what, but you know what I'm talking about. At the very end, there's a guy that's like, I think he's like, I don't know. But she was just not feeling it, and she was like, I want to get out of here. And we didn't. But we walked out of the Lady Killers. And I walked out of Maverick. And that was like when it first came out. And that was one of those where the reason that I walked out of Maverick is because there was 3 or 4 of us. We said, hey, you know, what do y'all, and we met at the movie theater because one of them got off work. And I think somebody was just like, I'm not feeling this, man. Let's go get some food or whatever. And we all was like, okay. So we just walked out of Maverick. And then I watched it a couple of years later, and I was like, holy crap, this movie's really good. I can't believe we walked out of this. It's the only one. So that and Lady Killers are the only 2 movies that I've ever walked out of. And I sat through Look Who's Talking. So, yeah. And you made her sit through the Human Centipede. I know, I'm a sadist. I've never seen the Human Centipede. Only movie I walked out of was Roadhogs. I think Will Ferrell is in it. It was just not great. That's the one with John Travolta and William H. Macy, right? Don't be dissing Look Who's Talking. I was kidding. It was just, I was trying to pick a movie that... Look Who's Talking, by the way, is the first movie that I ever watched in the theater by myself. I was very excited because it was like, I felt like a grown-up. I'm like, hey, I'm watching this movie by myself. Look Who's Talking. Yeah. I think that came out in 89, which would have made me 13. I think. So there you go. There you go. Oh my God, it's 10:17. So look, here's the deal. Tomorrow, once again, I just want to say for today, happy birthday, Ricky. Ricky! See, look, here's the deal. You become friends with me and we take pictures together, you could end up on the Order 42 show on your birthday. I have nostalgia for Look Who's Talking now. I've never seen that one. I only saw the first one in the theater. But yeah. So tomorrow is crazy. Yeah. Tube flying the clean out the system day, and then colonoscopy on Thursday. I don't think there will be any videos until sometime next week. If I have my thing right, because I'm going to focus on getting the script done. That is my focus. That is my goal. I want to get that script done so we can move on to the next thing. So there you go. We will be back next Tuesday as always, because I like streaming. So how about we connect then, we'll hook back up then. A lot of that sounds sexual and I didn't mean it to. But anyway, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. What are you going to eat after the colonoscopy is done? I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, the last time, I'm pretty sure we stopped and got something, but April has to get to work. So it's basically like, when we're done, we're going to come straight home. Or we're going to probably pick up something to eat and then straight home. So it's probably going to be something like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, something fast. That's probably what it's going to be. You got to eat a burger before midnight. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. I have an hour and 41 minutes, so I'm going to be good. But you guys have a great one. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm trying to see, is there anything? Hangout when Ninjinzu? I don't know. Not sure. It depends on what's going on this week. Or this weekend. But guys, thank you again. Filbert, Rufus, Bucho. I'm going to enjoy my what a burger. And I hope you guys have a good one. Been nice catching more of these. Well, Filbert, I appreciate you being here. I need to catch some of your streams. I've seen you streaming, but then I'm always like, okay, I got something else. But I see you in there. So I need to catch some of your streams too, Filbert. But anyway, you guys have a great one. We'll see you next time. Bye.